churches close this year, according to reports from religious denominations and church consultants. A record 29% of Americans now consider themselves religiously unaffiliated. 62% identify as Christians. That's down from nearly 80% in 2007, according to the Pew Research Center. It is now 3:03. The Von Haessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. And in the 24-hour traffic center, Andrew Seco.
Found some developing trouble as you're getting through Lithia Springs. It's a crash with a vehicle fire, briefly holding all lanes to get this doused and taken care of. Right now, I-20 eastbound Lee Road, exit 41, all lanes being blocked. You want to use Highway 78 to get you in and out of the area. Elsewhere, got some trouble 285 north, the inner loop. You're jammed leaving Langford Parkway up towards I-20. Looking like we have a new travel advisory, 985 southbound leaving Buford right at I-85. Satellite Boulevard at Buford Highway is going to be your way out of that, and the brake lights in the downtown connector, 75, 85 north and southbound, jammed leaving Buckhead and Smyrna Vinings all the way down into East Point, and then all converging right there at Freedom Parkway. Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. A mix of sun and clouds today, high 78, comfortably cool for tonight, lows in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s, low 80s. Sunday, mostly cloudy, mainly dry, high 79.
75 in Johns Creek, 72 in Mableton, 74 in Fairburn. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Haessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher has the afternoon off. We'll be back soon. We do have the man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery is in Scotland.
Wearing a skirt.
Yes, he's wearing a dress in Scotland.
Yes.
It's actually a leather mini skirt that he has.
I bet he looks good in it.
Oh, well, come on. He's you got to give him that. He's got the look. I think he's going to take Scotland by storm. I think he's going to be the biggest thing that hit Scotland since the Bay City Rollers.
You think?
I believe.
Saturday night.
I believe that when he parades around Glasgow, whatever. When he parades around Glasgow, whatever it is, in his leather miniskirt, I think that the girls that have been hanging on to how much they love the looks of each and every Bay City Roller will give it up and say, there's a new kid in town. There's a new roller. Let's put it that way.
He's the J City Roller.
He is the J City Roller, J-Rad himself. So He's in Scotland.
He calls himself Yams, though. Do you get those emails?
I don't.
You don't see him? When he's out of town. Yams is going out of town.
He calls himself Yams. I have to say that it's one of those strange things where you shouldn't be referring to yourself as a nickname unless it's so embedded that everybody calls you that all the time. If your name's Fred and everybody calls you Buddy, and that's been going on since you were 4, it's okay to refer to yourself as Buddy. But I've never heard anybody refer to him as Yams.
No, only him in those emails.
Now, I think it's a family thing inside of his family. I believe it's a family thing.
What, are they all Yams?
They're all Yams, so he sees himself as the latest Yam. Right. And for him, that's a family thing, and it's like having a it's the Yams fam, and it's like a family crest that's on a flag that you hang. The Yamily.
Bunch of sweet potatoes on it.
Absolutely. So I think it's one of those things, but it is kind of odd, I think, when anybody refers to themselves as a sort of a nominal nickname, not the name that everybody calls you.
I signed my email Spider.
Are you Spider?
Yeah, I'm trying. Well,
yeah.
Hey,
go.
Spider.
Hey, you know what? You're trying to get it going.
I'm trying to work it up.
At some point, you looked in the mirror and you said, you know what? It would be really cool if people thought of me as Spider. I'm going to try to make that happen. You weren't waiting for someone else to give you a nickname. You're like, I want to try to seed this.
exactly
and you start with the emails, right? It's like right there at the bottom in the regular signature.
Spider will be out of town.
Spider.
Spides. Do you spell it with a Y or an I? Because the Y is cool.
Wise, because it's
there
cool.
you go,
Yeah, well, that's the Wall Street spelling.
Yeah.
There's a Spider stock, which I believe is not a stock, not a company, but it's one of those. What do you call
Group
it?
of companies.
Is it ETFs? So that's what they're called. They're it's basically it's in real estate or something. It's one sector of the economy. Spider, SPYDER. And I think to myself, I don't know nothing about investing, but if I'm putting my money in the market, I want it to go into things that sound cool. That's my investing strategy. And they got it by replacing the I with a Y.
Yeah.
They got
That's how
all
you
my
do
money.
it.
Now, where can I see this leather skirt? Is this like on social media?
No,
you guys saw
I
this?
made it up.
Oh,
We're
I
just
made
kind of
it.
kidding.
I made
Oh.
it up. He's not really walking
excited.
around in Scotland. Well, you know how Jared is. With enough money, he'll give you a personal show.
Sure.
You just, he's very, very greedy. And so he's willing to do many things for just a bit of money. By the way, if I sound excited, obviously I am, because it's a special day for me. Of course, my new book comes out today, The Life of a Showboy.
Oh.
Which everyone's talking about. It's
Right.
Is it on Audible? Did you do the audio
yeah,
book?
I did the audio
Okay.
book, and it's going to be a great. It's a lot about my relationships and a lot of the heavy duty breakups that I've been through, and also the fact that I'm deeply and madly in love with somebody right now, and so I think that I believe that there are. With the Audible, it's interesting you say that. I believe there are listening parties all over the city
Awesome.
this weekend. If you want to check a look, just take a
Suitable
look.
for kids? I'll take Gil.
No, I don't know. You want to take a child, because I'm really trashing my exes here.
Well, do you have a
I'm really
chapter-
going after them,
Do you have a chapter where you call out Charlie XCX?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Because the two of us, we're feuding. I have my feuds with some people.
Yeah, other
and,
authors.
Yeah. It's like Stephen King dissed me, and that's now he knows that's the worst mistake he ever made.
yeah.
But I don't take to dissing, and I always clap back. And my latest clap back is my new book, Life of a Showboy. I think you're going to enjoy it, and I'm really digging in deep with these exes, man.
I'm looking forward to the behind-the-scenes documentary. That's going to.
Oh, well, that'll be in the theaters this weekend. You can see that. That's the making of Life of a Showboy by Eric Von Hessler, and it's a little bit it's kind of the opposite of the Life of a Showgirl stuff that's going on this weekend at the theaters
heard
and the
much
listening
about that.
party. Yeah, it has come out. It's
like a clip
somebody named Taylor Swift. And it's a little bit different. Like if you look at her lines, you're going to see a lot of young women between the ages of 14 and 30. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the lines for the listening parties for Life of a Showboy, it's a little bit maler and a little bit older. So
40 to 60?
Maybe a little higher. It's been said. I know that people are queuing up right now. And first report got back to me. It's all men and there's no hair. So you put.
Do you have a buffet there? Because that'll really get the people out.
Yeah. Well, the problem is you don't want them to stay for too long.
Right.
It's a short book, 5 pages.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
But it packs a punch.
It does.
I'm telling you, it packs a punch.
But
But
if you
I
have
was
that
busy.
buffet there, it's almost dinner time. It's
Yeah.
almost 4.
Well, the listening party for Life of a Showboy that you want to get the early bird special.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, I believe they'll be running that about 4:30 p.m. at most of the Piccadillys around town.
Sweet.
You'll be able to.
You're
Be
handing
home
out readers at the events.
Yes,
right?
absolutely. Well, no, because it's audible. It's a listening
Oh,
party.
okay.
So you basically will just be listening to me as I narrate my own book, Life of a Showboy. And let me tell you, it's been a hell of a life.
Good.
And I would say it's equal parts dissing my exes, and more than that, I thought it was important for the audience that I drag them right through the glass, right? And then, but that's only about half the book. And then I talk about, I would say, nauseatingly ad nauseum about my new love, the person that I'm in love with right now, who is the greatest person who was ever born of all time.
At their position.
At their position and my position.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So I don't want to push it too much. It's gonna. I think the pre-order was something like 5 million copies. We're doing all right. I'm just letting you know. What?
How many versions?
Oh, of my book, Life of a Showboy? You can get that in, I believe, 13 different versions, because I don't know if you know this or not, but 13 is my least favorite number.
Oh.
And that's why I'm some people say I'm the mirror opposite of some other entertainer to the South, fledgling. Listen, I wish her the best of luck. I don't know that she has good management who didn't tell her to get off my weekend, because this is when Life of a Showboy is coming out. But
what era would you say that you're currently in?
I would call. It's interesting. I would call it the last era.
The last era.
Yeah, the last one.
I know that fledgling artist. She got the cover of the Rolling Stone website. It's all, but you got like the Drudge Report. Or?
Well, I'm on. No covers. There's a real small story
Breitbart.
about me in I believe Talkers magazine.
Yeah, there you go.
So
that's where you want to be.
That's my lane.
Rolling
I don't know
Stone.
who this fledgling artist you're talking about with, where what her proper lane would be. But I tell you, man,
Every
I wish her
lane.
the best of luck. I wish her the best of luck going up against the release of The Life of a Showboy. That wasn't smart, but I'm sure she'll do fine. I'm sure she'll do fine. So what is she? Life of a Show girl.
Yes.
She stole that from me, but that's okay. I'm a giving person. I'm not one of these litigious.
Right.
I don't sue people because you know what I think is. I think it's kind of cosmic.
Right.
You
It's
know,
parallel thinking.
and it's cosmic. It's like maybe it's just two artists and they kind of fall under the same, bingo number. That's all. That's all that happened there. And I'm not going to do anything that would harm her career just to, when mine's going so well
Right.
at this point. I'm going to be gracious.
I know we're saving your audiobook for the big releases, but we do have a little bit of her album we could play.
Oh,
if
is this
you want.
is this the fledgling artist you're talking about? Is this the debut album, or is this her 7th album? That's what I heard.
I skimmed through it. It's pretty good.
That's what people are saying. They're saying it's pop magic. Actually, I said that.
Yeah.
But that's what I was thinking when I was listening to other people. They said, I thought, wow, what you're really saying is that this new Taylor Swift album is pop magic.
Yeah.
By the way, she plays every instrument.
This is the first
I
track,
just made that up.
The Fate of Ophelia.
Boom. That's nice, right?
Yeah. Who calls on a megaphone?
Now, here's my question. As somebody who did sit down and listen to the last album because I didn't want to be totally out of it, and just the old man saying, who's this, whatever. Play a couple other beginnings of other songs, because the thing about the last album was it started off and I thought, okay, this is interesting. And then, every song kind of felt the same.
They did.
So let's see if song 2 from this is a total different.
This is Elizabeth Taylor.
Is this the second song?
Yes. A little more orchestral, a little less
Yeah.
poppy.
Is this called Elizabeth Taylor?
Yes.
You think her fans know who Elizabeth
Well,
Taylor
that's okay, because she's going to take them on a journey and she's going to educate. Taylor
true.
just doesn't just entertain her fans.
Sure.
She educates. All right, well, we'll try very quickly one more. Can you find one more? I just want to see. Because, those are different but kind of the same mood. This is what I'm talking about.
Opalite.
Let's have some. Can we, here we go.
There we go. It's
A little more
Bob's.
dancey.
Check that box. Got one for the clubs.
Yep.
Late in the clubs. It's almost time to go home. It's one last kiss to your love before you're out the
Closing
door.
time, yeah.
That's our closing time. We're chilling out. We're chilling out. All right. I'll tell you what. I've only heard what I've heard right there, but I'm ready to pronounce it the greatest album in the history of pop music.
Say less. I mean,
I think maybe I might get 2 or 3 of those Swifties to join Club Von Hessler, and that can't be a bad thing.
no.
And then they'll buy
That's-
Life of a Showboy.
Well, of course, and it'll be amazing to them because they'll think I stole the name from her, and then they'll realize no, actually,
Yes.
she's been stealing his act for 20 years.
Her entire career, actually.
That's what I say. Well, isn't her? When I said 20 years, I thought maybe that's more than her career has been.
I think she's been around since
Been a while.
2005 or 6.
Yeah, because Kanye jumped on stage. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was like 2009 or something.
Made her famous.
He did. Well, he jumped on stage because she was
She
receiving
won
an
a
award.
Grammy, right? Or
I don't think it was
MTV.
It was the MTV thing, I believe.
He would tell you that. That's all.
Yeah, he made her famous.
She's
Well-
winning the best music video award, and
Well,
he thought Beyonce should.
That's right. He said, y'all, I mean, he was very sincere about it. I remember when it happened. He was very sincere. He said, I'm sorry. You go back and check the tape.
Yeah.
He jumped up there, and he did. The first thing he said was, I'm sorry, Taylor.
I'm going to let you finish, but
Yeah, you know, everybody knows Beyonce should have gotten this award. And, you know what I found interesting is Kanye through the years. So if you go back a few years before that, when they did the telethon for New Orleans.
Katrina. After that,
Katrina.
yeah.
And it was a big celebrity thing. And I believe that he was, I don't know if he was alone. I feel like he was standing maybe next to Will Smith.
No,
or
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers, that's right. And they were giving their pitch. And Kanye said something to the effect of, to the people of the United States, George W. Bush just doesn't care about black people. And that was pretty provocative, you know. And then a couple of years later, he jumped up on stage with Taylor Swift and said, and sort of made a fool out of himself. And I thought this was one of the most ironic things ever. Because when George W. Bush at that point, the Katrina point, nobody saw Obama coming.
Right.
I mean, nobody in their mind thought, oh, the next president's going to be our first black president. It wasn't even on the radar yet. And so you get Kanye, who just in a few years, he goes from telling the world that the current president is racist and doesn't like black people, to just a few years later, after the Taylor Swift moment, Obama was the president. He was the first black president of the United States, and he was asked about what Kanye did jumping up on stage with Taylor Swift, and he said he's an idiot.
No, he said
He's a moron?
He's a jackass.
He's a jackass, right? And I thought, wow, this guy's come. What a full circle! He's come from like saying that this president was a racist, and so seeing himself as somebody that you would believe if the next president was the first black president, Kanye and that president would be like, you know, and
He finally gets him.
He finally gets the first black president, and when asked about him, he's a jackass.
Kanye's a jackass.
Well, you know, it's a full cycle. And no one could have known that where the jackassery was going to go back then.
And then he loved the next president for a time being.
For a time, who knows?
Yeah.
He was, you know, I think that Kanye is I really think everything has to have context, no matter what he says. My first question is he on his meds or is he off his meds? Because that's really the ruling factor. I know that the person listening who is outraged has a political thing and they've got to make a point and blah, blah, blah. But with Kanye, it really comes down to, is he on his meds or is he off his meds? When you're off your meds, you say crazy things.
Yes.
One of the ways that you can identify someone who's off their meds is they say crazy things.
You might go to dinner with the sitting president and ask him to be your vice presidential candidate in your.
Is that what?
That's what he did at that dinner, that famous dinner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the very end, he said, "Would you be my vice presidential candidate?"
Get this guy out of here.
All right, okay. It's been fun, but the night is over.
I like the Kardashians a little bit better.
Well, he trashed Kim Kardashian in that dinner as well.
Well,
What's that when they were beginning
I
to?
think he had helped get somebody out of jail for her, and then she turned her back on him in the
Yes.
next race, and she said she's a bad person.
Yeah,
she's a bad lady.
He's she talked Trump into letting the marijuana grandma.
Right.
I remember that from I can't remember, there was a catchier name for her.
Well, she was going to law school for that type of thing, wasn't she?
Yeah. That was 100 years ago. Is she a lawyer
I know,
yet?
I don't know.
How's she doing with the? She passed the bar.
I don't think that she has. No.
It's just
Hi.
yeah. You know, here's the problem. If you want to become a good lawyer or a lawyer, it's going to take a lot of work. It's a lot of work to become a lawyer, and you're better off to buckle down and do the work that's necessary to become a lawyer before you make your first $1 billion. It's hard to buckle down. And no, I'm barreling through. I'm doing actually 11 hours of law homework tonight. I could have stopped at 7. It's hard to do that when you already have $1 billion in the bank, and not only yourself, but everyone you're related to and everyone you know is supremely wealthy. It's kind of hard to put in the burn the midnight oil. Now, when you're dead broke and your parents every once in a while come by to tell you what a loser you are because you haven't passed the bar yet, now you might decide to not go out on a Friday night and commit yourself to the books. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah, I have an opening to go to.
Yeah, exactly. You got openings to go to. Do you know how long it takes to get that hair so straight and that part down the middle so absolutely perfect? Do you think that happens in minutes? Doesn't happen in minutes.
No chance.
She has passed the baby bar.
Well, does that mean that she can represent babies?
Right, on her 4th attempt.
On her 4th, is that a practice thing, right? A
Yeah,
baby bar is a practice, nothing certifiable.
First year law student's exam.
Yeah, because she got into it for about a year.
Right. And she is able to take the California bar, which she privately took in July of this year. And the results are expected in November.
Yeah, I think I can tell you what the results are.
It's high.
First of all, why bother? Like, was she really going to? Being a lawyer is 24/7. It's like being a doctor. She's really decided, okay, when this whole ridiculous fame is over that even I can't figure out why it happened. Once that's over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, 55, 60-hour-a-week job, where was she going to take on clients? Was this her idea?
I think she's going to be one of those attorneys that takes cases where people can't really afford the lawyer and they're always at the...
Then it doesn't matter if you stink.
Yeah.
Because, it was free.
Right.
What'd you pay for it? Yeah, but I'm going to jail for life. What did you pay for it? Thank you. You can thank me later because I took your case. Yes?
The story of why Trump ended up trashing Kim Kardashian is actually kind of funny because Kanye West, on the way to this dinner with Trump.
When did this dinner you're referring to happen?
This is like, would have been like in the run up to 2020.
Okay.
And so he got info from a friend of Trump saying, if he does this, he takes you to this room, that's good. If he takes you to this room, that's bad. You're not getting along with him. And he was going to forward that to somebody that he was going to the dinner with.
Mm-hmm.
And he forwarded to this other guy that had the same name as the person he was with at the dinner. And it ended up being Trump's lawyer. And so this other person said, Trump, it looks like they're like trying to get intel on you. I'm not sure. This might be a setup kind of a thing. So this happens halfway through the dinner and Trump comes back and his demeanor had completely changed and he's angry now. And he's started
being
telling
cold and stuff.
And
right.
That's when he was like, you better not betray me. You better not stab me in the back like your wife did when I helped her. And so, intense.
Very nice. I've been one thing I'm beginning to pick up on with this Trump is I don't know, anybody else seen this? Loyalty seems to be big with him.
Loyalty, yeah.
It's like so if he helps you once,
you better,
when you get called the 999th time after that, 100% loyalty, he helped you once.
I didn't think he'd be so vindictive either. He
He
doesn't seem to be that kind of
like
guy.
a very vindictive person.
No.
He seems like go along to get along, live and let live kind of dude.
Well, they don't like me anymore. I can't control that.
That's it. There he is, right there. It does surprise me.
October is here, and this is a perfect month for home comfort. Dave Baker for Coolray Heating and Cooling. See, in October, it'll still get plenty warm during the day, but it will get cool at night. So with the purchase of a complete Carrier system, Coolray's offering up to $2,250 back in rebates and free installation. That's heat, cool, and free installation. Get a jump start on keeping your home comfortable. Book your appointment online today at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Just like your car, your septic system needs regular maintenance. Hi, I'm Shannon, the owner of Scorpion Septic. If you're seeing bubbles in your toilet, pooling in your yard, slow draining, or your toilet won't flush, you need Scorpion Septic.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump out charge with your repair. Call for more information. ScorpionSepticServices.com.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. Hey, if you're bringing some friends over to tailgate this fall or cook out or having the family for Thanksgiving later, do what I've just done and call Wise Guys Pro Wash. They've gotten my house and driveway, my patio spotless, even the wooden gates out back. They even cleaned the roof, and I didn't even have to be there. The crew used the top equipment in the industry in their soft wash and kept my home safe and damage-free. You call them. First-time customers mention my name, Chris Chandler, and book now to get $70 off your first wash at wiseguysprowash.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
To make sure your home stays comfortable as the seasons change, do what I've done for years. Call Ragsdale Heating and Air. This is Scott Slade. Take advantage of Ragsdale's $79 heating tune-up offer now. And if you're ready for a new furnace, Ragsdale is offering monthly payments as little as $119 a month for a brand new Carrier home comfort system through October. And that includes Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. Ragsdale could even install a whole home generator to keep you powered up and comfortable when you click RagsdaleAir.com or call them. Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
At Ameris Bank, we know that it's never just business when it's your business. I'm Brian Parks, head of commercial banking in Atlanta for Ameris Bank. Whether your business is looking to optimize cash flow, improve your payment technology, or grow more quickly, my team and I are here and ready to help with a superior level of service, smart banking technology, and local market expertise. I invite you to reach out to my team by visiting amerisbank.com/yourbusiness or a local branch near you. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours, member FDIC.
This is Mike Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers.
And this is Jonathan Geller. Dad, we're celebrating 86 years in Atlanta this month, and people are always asking how you've kept our prices so low.
Well, I haven't bought a new suit since 1982.
I don't think that's it.
We go straight to the source. Diamonds, jewelry, gemstones. There's no better value than D. Geller & Son.
In Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Affordable jewelry for everyone is at D. Geller & Son.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top story, it's just in. The Senate fails to advance a Republican bill that would reopen the government. Most Democrats voting against it, and the bill falls well short of the 60 votes needed. There are few signs of any real progress to end the standoff. The U.S. military strikes another small boat in the Caribbean believed to be carrying drugs to the United States. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt calls it justified.
The president has directed these actions, these strikes against Venezuelan drug cartels and these boats, consistent with his responsibility to protect the United States interests abroad and in furtherance of the U.S. national security and foreign policy interests.
This latest U.S. military strike killed 4 people on top of the 17 killed in 3 previous attacks. Sean Diddy Combs in court today for sentencing. Prosecutors want him to spend more than a decade behind bars after his conviction on prostitution-related charges. CBS's Anna Schechter reports from the courthouse in New York. Combs' legal team is making the case to have him go free.
What his team is trying to do is paint a picture of him as a family man, as a upstanding member of society who's contributing to causes, helping members of the community, and they're hoping that that is going to affect this sentencing, and it's really down to one person, the judge.
A Hall County teenager faces additional charges in a child porn case. 18-year-old Jalen Malik Bell faces 20 new felony counts of sexual exploitation of children. He was charged with 6 counts when he was first arrested in July. At the time, investigators with the Hall County Sheriff's Office seized multiple cell phones and a laptop from his residence. Forensic testing of his electronic devices showed images of children being sexually molested. DeKalb police are asking for the public's help finding those responsible for a series of break-ins in several neighborhoods in the southern part of the county. Police say the suspect should be considered armed and dangerous. The burglars typically hit in the dusk hours or overnight hours. They are stealing electronics, jewelry, guns, and money. It is 3:32. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And in the 24-hour traffic center, Andrew Seco.
Better news is rolling through Lithia Springs. That vehicle fire cleanup. Only a right lane block now. I-20 eastbound Lee Road, exit 41. Brake lights starting to recover. We're still jammed all the way back into Douglasville. Highway 78 still going to be your best bet if you want to dodge those delays, get you to where you're going on time. Some new trouble in Stockbridge. Crashed in a right lane. 75 South Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. Brake lights all the way back towards Morrow. And some trouble out of Buford into Sewanee have a crash. Sometimes all lanes blocked, but we're parked in that right lane. 985 southbound right at I-85. You want to use Satellite Boulevard or Buford Highway as alternate options. Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. A mix of sun and clouds today, high 78. Clear and cool tonight, lows in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high near 80. Increasing cloud cover on Sunday, mainly dry, high 79.
75 in Smyrna, 73 in Lilburn, it's 76 in Hampton. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
If you're looking for an exceptional Swiss timepiece, visit Terra Fine Jewelry today. They have exceptional Swiss watches from Tag Heuer and the finest selection in Atlanta of pre-owned Rolex. It's where I've been shopping for over 25 years. Terra Fine Jewelry in Buford.
The 28th annual Motul Petit Le Mans returns to Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta, October 8th through the 11th for 4 days of world-class sports car endurance racing and fan activities. Don't miss the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship season finale, the Fox Factory 120, and 4 additional race series throughout the weekend. Witness the best racing teams and drivers in the world, like BMW, Lamborghini, Lexus, Ferrari, Porsche, Audi, and more. Tickets are on sale now. Kids 12 and under getting free. Get yours at roadatlanta.com.
Coming up from the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, a Delta classical concert featuring the orchestra and chamber chorus performing music by Bach, Brahms, and Grieg. October 9th and 10th at Symphony Hall. Details at aso.org.
Don't worry, I'm here. I'd like to let the audience have, you want them to breathlessly anticipate the next thing that's going to come out of the host's mouth.
What's up? Oh, there he is.
That makes them stop. They'll be talking in their cars about some kind of stupid thing that happened. Talking about their dumb neighbor and the dumb things their neighbor's always saying. And the car's getting loud, and they've got Von Haessler doctrine on, and maybe they're taking it for granted. Oh, it's always on. We love this show. But in the car, they're on the way back from work, and all of a sudden it gets real animated about their stupid neighbor and the latest stupid thing their stupid neighbor said.
He's always setting fires out in the backyard.
That's stupid.
What a jerk.
And his wife just won't stop with the nonstop gossip. That's why it's fun to gossip about her, about how much we hate how much she gossips. We like to gossip about how much we hate how much she gossips. And in the background is the Von Haessler doctrine playing in the car. And every once in a while, the host believes that maybe the audience is beginning to take the host for granted. So that's when you slow down, come back, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? Is there something? Is he dead? Is he dead? And that's just
the music's playing.
They kind of come back and go, okay, oh, he's there. He's there. Everything's okay. Our life is. Are you okay over there?
Not really.
You already got. You're getting over the kidney stone thing, but sounds like you got a little
bit of a cold on top of that. Yeah. You know that kind where you're laying in bed at night and all of a sudden you just start coughing horribly for 10 minutes?
Well, I'm assuming that you're past giving it away because you're on getting to the middle or the other side of it.
Yes.
I was listening to Aram this morning, and he's talking about how he was playing hurt, and he's got a whole thing going. Did I just get lucky? Is it the vitamin C gummies that I take every day?
I think that's the case.
Am I?
And you don't have allergies. You have a strong constitution.
I do have a strong constitution.
Like our constitution.
For the most part. At this point, mine is stronger.
Yes.
But throughout history, our constitution has been a very strong document until, I don't know, the last 10, 15
Your
years.
body isn't writing executive order after executive order.
No, my body is saying go the long way around. Take your time. Learn your lesson. Earn it.
There they are, trashing Trump again.
That's just Eric being Eric.
He doesn't like Trump.
I don't say I don't like Trump.
He was more amusing his first term.
Well, he wasn't as. It really seems like he's got a. This is my. Not my. I have no political statements to make because I don't care. I don't care what people think, how they vote. I just don't care. But I do have like observations. And you know how we hear about like the whole health thing, whatever. I think he's running like, hey, maybe. At the very least, even if he's perfectly healthy, he's only got 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's just that's why it's just like everything all the time. We blew up another boat. Venezuelan boat.
You mean the narco-terrorists?
Yeah, I'm talking about that country where we get almost no narcotics out of, Venezuela.
Yeah, that is odd. You never heard about them doing that.
We love you, Colombia!
Yeah.
That country where a trickle of narcotics get to the United States? Yeah, that one. I think they might be up to something else. Marco Rubio wants to go to war with Venezuela so bad. I don't know what it is. Is it the Cuban ancestry? I don't understand.
Communism and his Cuban ancestry, I think.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. He would rather go after Cuba.
He's not Stephen Miller, so Trump doesn't just, say how high when he's told to jump. Marco's got to actually, sweet talk.
Go in there and sweet talk him.
That's right. You got to talk to him and try to. So he's inching him toward. And I think Trump said, "Well, we got to make it look like they started it."
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep blowing up boats and telling people that these were all guilty. No need for a court or a jury. That's how smart your president is. He just knows they're guilty. Keep
Why
marching.
waste time?
Why waste time? We know they're guilty.
You could track them and then, arrest them.
Of course, but that's not the point. The point is to make a big deal out of it, make it look like a big Tom Clancy movie. And, the idea is then you curtail it because less people are willing to do it. Now, I'm not saying that's not effective. It's just not in line with our Constitution, and that used to be something people cared about. But I'm not ruining my show going, hey, America, you don't care about it? You don't care about it. Let's have fun. I'm not the person. I am not going to be the Michael Moore of 2025. Do what you like, America. I do have observations every once in a while. That's all they are, is observations. I have zero interest in influencing anybody to vote in any way or think in any way whatsoever. Ever. I'm just a person. I do have my observations, and unlike most, I recognize that they are not going to create any sort of change in the world. But that's okay.
You're not super pumped that, the government and private sector are kind of combining. We've got Trump RX.
I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah,
I couldn't be more excited about our government taking stakes in companies. That's nothing like socialism. It's kind of exactly like socialism.
Rand Paul loves it.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the one that pointed out that these are Mamdani-like policies?
Yes.
Yeah, if you're going to criticize Mamdani for wanting to own the grocery stores, you have to be equal parts critic to any Republican who wants a share of NVIDIA, a share of Intel, or a share of U.S. Steel. It's a bad idea. It's a slippery slope. And really, it is heading in the direction of what socialism is, which would be owning all of the means of production. If you only own a percentage of the means of production, it still is a step in the wrong direction.
Boo! Boo!
He don't make no sense.
I didn't even really hear what he said, but I detected that he might not be 100% loyal to the man.
He's a commie.
Boo! Oh, look who's here.
Hey.
Look at him dancing around out there.
His new hip.
He's dancing an Irish. Oh, come on in, Shelley. Tell Shelley to come in. Well, wave him in. Wave out. You know how he is. He turns around. He gets lost. You can see. Now we see we're yesterday's news. Oh, now he's got to get back up. Yeah, pretty good. He got down.
He's spry.
Got up.
That's a Trump RX hip right there.
That's right. Did you get that? Did you get that hip on Trump RX?
Whoa.
All right.
I paid for
Look
that
at
hip.
you.
I paid for that hip.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you've said that he's got a great show. You don't have to put on your headphones or anything. I just want to.
We know who didn't pay for it. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you are in radio. We can put two and two together. We don't have to go walk through.
No, we got great insurance here.
How? Yeah, the dental though. I ran out of mine. Oof. I dropped thousands at the dentist today. I've run through my dental, but I'm glad that you're still in a position where you're.
I am so fired up and ready to be active again.
Look at you.
I did my show Tuesday night from home.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday night, I had a house full of people come by.
Dr. Joe went over to his house.
I know. He left here.
He left here. And
I wasn't invited. I wasn't invited. It's okay.
You don't ever go anywhere after work.
Well, yes, but I want to be able to say no.
Yeah.
Don't rob me of that opportunity.
Precocity. And I did Mark Arum yesterday morning, came in, and so I'm excited, man. I'm so excited to be active again.
You are popping around like
and it's not the acetaminophen either. It's light. It's natural high.
Well, you got to be careful. You don't want to, if you have a baby.
You got to have the autistic children. You got to watch out with the.
I'm already autistic.
What's it called again?
I'm going to have autistic children.
What's it called, Trump?
Acetaminophen.
Yeah, I don't think this makes you high. It doesn't make you high.
No, it doesn't at all. That's why I'm able to work.
Did you?
My PT guy said to me, hey, is your job worried about you going on the radio saying something off because of the pain medication? I said, I'm not taking anything except acetaminophen.
Okay. Yeah. It's funny when people say PT, I know ultimately you mean physical therapy.
Yeah.
But I think of it as just a guy driving a PT Cruiser. I don't know why.
Wow.
I don't know why.
That's
are those
a
even,
blast.
are those things? Are those things even still
The
around?
mind of the show boy.
Yes, the mind, the
See, I
life
was
of the
listening.
mind.
They were so popular about 20 years ago, and then
were.
they disappeared.
Yep. Just
Are
went
they
away.
even make them anymore?
I don't think
Well,
so.
because they didn't go electric, man. Am I right, Shelley? You got to go
Absolutely.
electric
Gotta
if you
go
want to
EV.
stay popular with
Gotta
the
go
people.
EV.
I don't believe you.
Well, the people love. The people seem to love these electric vehicles, huh?
So, can I just say, coming
Yes.
down the highway, that was a great opening segment
for
about your
heavens.
book. It really was. I was cracking up. It really was. I just
thank
want to
you.
hear more. I want to hear more in-depth chapters. Like I
Oh,
want to
The
hear
Life
some
of a Showboy?
Yeah, I
Well,
want
it's
to hear
only
some
6
stories.
pages long.
Well, I want to hear page 3 at least.
Okay.
First of all,
Yeah.
it's 5 pages with 1 page of acknowledgements, but it packs a punch.
Yeah, I want to hear. I want to hear a
Uh,
page. I think at some point this afternoon you need to read an
excerpt
from.
from it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me get my comedy partner, Jim AI, on it right
Yeah,
now.
You were telling me it can't write comedy.
No, it can't write jokes. Yesterday, because I don't know if you heard this part, Shirley. I almost called you Shirley.
Oh, that's
You're
fine.
so different with the new hip.
Yeah,
It's like a whole new person.
A whole new person.
Yesterday, I was doing my prep at
Oh,
home.
that hurt jumping in the door.
Yeah. See, you still just went through a procedure. Don't get too
It
frolicky.
just hit me like, oh, that was probably dumb.
Dude, I've got a bridge in my mouth that's going to hurt for a week.
Right,
you just got a
right.
whole new hip. You got to take it easy.
Yeah, you're right.
We
You're
get
right.
it.
You're right.
I peed a rock earlier this week.
Yeah, he.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard you got a lot of advice
He
online
traveled-
too.
he traveled-
from some of our fellow radio folks.
Yes.
He traveled all the way to Iraq to relieve himself. So,
Hello, Baghdad.
How big was it?
Minuscule.
Oh, okay. But it's tough.
well, they're all minutes. I mean, they feel like they're boulders.
Right.
But once you see them, they're
Yes, 'cause
tiny.
I'll shut up after this, but I didn't know that the pain was actually from it leaving your kidney and going into your bladder.
Right. Yeah. It's
by
not
the way,
coming out.
George, this is what happens.
Old
As you
guys.
get older, this is
Looking
the
forward.
These are the
conversations.
conversations.
Yes.
The conversations aren't about your favorite band or how hot that actress is. Those go away, and you start talking, comparing health notes.
Kidney stones.
Mouth,
and
hips, and kidney.
Exactly right.
Hey, let's start a band. Mouth, hips, and kidney. It'll be an all-girl band.
Yes.
But we'll take all the money. We'll be the
The front.
yeah. We'll be the, what do you call them? Impresarios.
Impresario.
Impresarios. And we'll pay them.
Yeah, they get
Well, we're getting paid
sustenance.
now.
No,
we're
the
gonna-
girls that are
I'm
actually
sorry,
in
I'm
the
just
group.
on this money thing because it was payday, and I'm just like,
Yeah, what's
you know.
going on? You didn't get what you wanted?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, every 2 weeks I'm
You
mad.
need a loan? What
I'm
do you
mad
need?
for a day every 2 weeks, and then I get back to normal. Like, I love my job again.
What do you need?
know?
What do you need? I'll give you a loan.
Oh, nothing will help.
Yeah.
Another hip.
Another. Yeah, you got yourself a brand new hip.
I feel great, man. I really do.
Well, we're glad that you're. So you're not going to be limping. I always thought the limping was from gout.
No, so the limping, because my hip was bone on bone.
Ow.
So what my body was doing was it wasn't moving. So I didn't realize it until I saw myself in videos and things like that. My body was literally swinging my leg
Right,
around
yeah.
because it couldn't move.
Wow.
It's interesting. Bone on bone. That's
Yeah.
one of the best.
That means all the cartilage.
It's one of the best chapters in my book.
I'm out now.
Life
I'm
of a
going home
Showboy.
now. I'm going back home now. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
It pays to have the WSB Radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances every weekday to win $1,000.
$1,000 on WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is at 5 p.m.
That is awesome.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now.
I'm thrilled with my Infinity from Marvin Fiberglass Windows. Hi, it's meteorologist Glenn Burns, inviting you to North Georgia Replacement Windows' brand new Alpharetta showroom. I was blown away. Bring your window and door project to life here. See the fiberglass difference in person. Your stress-free experience includes a quick, accurate proposal, no pressure. Window and door shopping made simple.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah!
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. fresh for everyone.
Check out this great deal on select Lay's potato chips. They're on sale now, 4 bags for only $10 with your card when you buy 4. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You've seen them, holiday decorations already up in the stores, trees, wreaths, even the big inflatables. I'm Chris Chandler. Wise Guys Pro Wash keeps my home's exterior looking great, and now my clean home will shine when they put up my holiday lights. They make it simple. Custom design, they provide the lights, install everything, and when the season's over, they pack and store it for me. First-time customers book by October 15th. Mention my name, Chris Chandler, and you'll get $100 off installation. Let Wise Guys Lights brighten your holidays this year.
At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family owned and operated since 1982 because love deserves a legacy. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, passing through 20 master artisans before it reaches your hands. With free cleanings for life and the best financing terms in Georgia, we make every deal count. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg, or visit us at SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment.
More and more these days, people are in pain, are taking control of their health and looking beyond the traditional medicine. Hey, it's Mark here. That's why QC Kinetics is so successful. People with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. Patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. And check it out, guys. It's a simple injection. No hospital stay. It's fast, all natural, and no downtime. I want you to call QC Kinetics and get a free consultation. Exercise your freedom to look beyond the same old solutions. Thousands of patients around the country finding a better life with QC Kinetics and their amazing regenerative treatments. Call now to get started. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. Appointments available on Saturdays. Lawrenceville, Sandy Springs, Marietta, Stockbridge, Decatur, and Douglasville.
Thanks for calling Reliable Heating and Air.
Hi, yeah, my AC just died, and I live in Watkinsville, Georgia. Do you guys come out this far?
Yep, we have over 300 techs all over the greater Macon, Atlanta, and Athens area, and we can fix it fast.
Great, but replacing it's going to be super expensive, right?
How does $69.99 a month sound?
Wow!
Get any size air conditioner from Reliable for only $69.99 a month with zero down, our lifetime warranty, and guaranteed next day installation, or we pay you $500. Go to ReliableAir.com.
Those wire shelves in your closet are just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Dave Baker for Artisan Custom Closets. At Artisan, we see it all the time. The wire shelves come crashing down. Clothes, shoes, bags are everywhere. It's a disaster zone. Save yourself before this happens to you. With a custom, spacious closet from Artisan, you'll never have to look at that clutter again. Your shoes, bags, clothes, accessories, all neatly organized and designed to stay that way. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
All right, someone said, has Diddy had his moment in front of the judge yet, or George Clark? Are you following? I know you're a big fan of music.
Says any moment up there on CNN.
At any moment, he will be sentenced, or he's going to address the court.
He's going to address them. Hello, court.
I wish, it's times like this when you know that Sean Diddy Combs is going to have to stand up and address the court that you kind of wish we were living in England because he'd have to put that goofy wig on. But
y'all, I'm sorry.
Did you? I saw that earlier. His lawyer made the case to the judge. I know this is kind of the case was something along the lines of his good side is a lot better than his bad side. It's like, as a lawyer, you go, okay, judge, between you and me, we know there's a bad side. It's pretty bad. But the good side, I'll bet you they've been presenting all the charity money he's given over the years, which is what, wealthy people who are up to no good are always, they're great for charities. I got to tell you, man, charities do well with really rich people who have a guilty conscience about something,
I'm reading here they got into his father's murder, his drug use, the mother, the fact
his father was a gang member, I believe. Is he from Baltimore?
I thought he was from New York.
I thought maybe he is from New York. Yeah. So his father was a gang member who a lot of people believe was an FBI informant. And I don't know if his death, which I think was gang related, I don't know if people thought that was true, that he was snitching people. Or this is something that I heard. This is not something to take to the bank. It's something that I heard someone who, well, at least on their YouTube video, they said they were credible. I have no reason to believe they weren't.
But his defense said that these left him traumatized, these events,
Well, they would.
Yes, and
of course.
So maybe that they'll lessen the sentence.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't get, I guess, the big news when not the sentencing, but the verdict came down was that they didn't get him on the big stuff.
Right.
But I guess this little stuff could have him in there for 10, 11 years if they want to go full max with it, right?
Yeah, but I remember when that was coming out, they were saying that's very unlikely. It's maybe
Yeah,
more like a year.
he's been in there a year. So I think this is, you want me to predict with no, and George Stein will be in later, but I will predict that it's going to be a little more than time served. Some kind of thing to say, well, you're not quite.
Like 18 months?
Yeah, you get 18 months and you actually serve 6 of it or something like that. And that would be my guess. I don't think he's going to get 8, 9, 10 years, but I also don't think it's going to be time served, go home. It's going to be a little bit.
Probation.
Well, probation, yeah, it's going to be there for a good long time.
Combs' pastor spoke to the court as well.
Well, whenever these pastors show up and they're speaking, why don't they let the pastor say, hey, how much are you getting paid? You didn't do your job. How good of a pastor are you that your flock is engaged? Whether or not it was they got him on the hard, just the behavior that came out in court.
Right.
It's like, well, what's going on?
It says here
as a pastor, are you attending his parties?
Yeah, the pastor Johnson said he would consider himself personally responsible for Combs' spiritual rehabilitation.
Well, the money he would get for that, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, no doubt.
For heaven's sakes.
Yes, and a longer jail sentence would not benefit Combs and his.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
It wouldn't. It might benefit society, but who cares about society?
Well, he still has more art to produce.
Of course he does. Unlike Hunter Biden, he actually is somebody who has created things that people have bought in the past. If I was Diddy, I would stand before the judge and I would say, Judge, I got it out of my system. I'm good.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to be doing any of that anymore. It's just, you know what I mean? There's sometimes you're so much debauchery that, you know what you want is you just want to have a nice sober day where you walk over to the Starbucks with your lady and, talk about the book you just read. That's what I'm going to be doing, Judge.
And let her order.
Right? Yeah, let her order because you know what, Judge, what I've found in this last year sitting in a cell is that I think women are better than men.
Yeah.
And
they deserve their time.
I think they deserve. And so I'm going to, what I'm going to do, Judge, when I get out of here, I'm going to be a great listener. They're going to call me Diddy the Listener because I'm changing my life, Judge. That's what I'm saying is I'm changing my life.
It's the Love Your Home Minute from TE Certified. Hi, it's Chris Chandler with Josh, the local owner of TE Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. You know him. That's him you see jumping out of the back of their trucks. Josh, tell me something you've done recently to help you love your home.
Our whole house water filtration system. Before we got our whole house filter, our water kind of tasted like chlorine, kind of had an odd smell to it. Ever since we put the whole house filter in, now our water smells perfect, it tastes great, and it cleans every single faucet in our house. So at our toilet, at our sink, at our shower, we have clean water.
That's the kind of thing that's good for the whole family.
Absolutely. So this is our kids, myself, washing water, our cleaning water, our cooking water, and of course, even the dog gets clean water now. It took less than a day for the team to install the 2 new filters for the house, and now every single faucet my family uses has filtered water.
Josh, thank you. I believe a water filtration system from TE will help a lot of our listeners love their home more.
TE certified, we love your home.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
A lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But what if you could get both? Why not? Especially when it comes to health care, and that is Medi-Share. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with Medi-Share, and that's huge, but it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. And we know this from research of members. There's a lot they like about Medi-Share, but especially they love being part of something they believe in. And Medi-Share works, too. It has for more than 30 years. There are hundreds of thousands of members who love having telehealth if they need it. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or you're part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is hiring residential garage door technicians and installers. You can earn a hiring bonus up to $2,500. Apply today at overheaddooratlanta.com. overheaddooratlanta.com.
Attention men, does ED and PE have you down? Well, great news. Choice Men's Health has the latest breakthrough treatments that can get you up and running. Meet the specialist who is dedicated to helping you perform better than ever in the bedroom.
Hi, I'm Dr. Katz, Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Our custom treatment plans have a 98% success rate at improving ED and PE on your very first visit, even if Viagra and Cialis have failed. Regardless of your age and medical history, we are here and dedicated to help you regain your love life.
Don't wait. Call Choice Men's Health now. We are so confident we can help. For a limited time, we're offering to cover your first treatment for free. Call 404-400-1170. Call now to claim your free treatment. 404-400-1170. Results guaranteed on your first visit or it's free. 404-400-1170. Choice Men's Health, the only choice for your health.
Ashley Frasca, host of Green and Growing for Atlanta's premium sod supplier, NG Turf. Get farm fresh, high-quality sod, including Zeon Zoysia and Tiff Tough Bermuda, delivered direct from NG Turf, your premium sod provider. ngturf.com.
2 decades on the pitcher's mound? Man, were those some special times. But now, the wear and tear has caught up with me. My shoulders, knees, and elbows still remind me of every inning I ever threw. And like a lot of you, I don't want surgery. The long recovery and no guarantees it'll even work just isn't the answer. That's why I've turned to QC Kinetics right here in Atlanta. Their regenerative treatments use your body's own natural biologics to calm the inflammation, help you heal, and restore your joints. No surgery, no harmful drugs, just real relief that gets you back to doing the things you love. As for me, I'm handing my aches and pains over to the team at QC Kinetics because they know how to deliver relief the natural way. They've got my trust, and they can help you too.
Call QC Kinetics today to schedule your free consultation. That's QC Kinetics, restoring your quality of life without surgery. Call 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, actor Tyrese Gibson is booked into the Fulton County Jail today and released on bond in an animal cruelty case.
The charges stem from an alleged attack by Gibson's dogs in his Buckhead neighborhood. An attorney for the Fast and Furious star says despite what others might say, Gibson has cooperated fully throughout the entire process and will continue to do so until the matter is resolved. Harrison Parker says he found his 5-year-old dog Henry dead in his driveway after letting him out in his yard with an invisible fence.
There he was, just this little pile of fur.
Residents say Gibson's dogs roam freely in the neighborhood. In a statement, Gibson offers his deepest condolences to the family who lost their dog and asks for privacy in the matter. Jennifer Perry, 95.5 WSB.
77 degrees in Atlanta, back into the 50s tomorrow morning. Any chance of weekend rain? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Happening now, Atlanta police investigating a shooting that leaves 3 people with gunshot wounds. 2 of the victims are in critical condition. It happened at an apartment complex on Verdant Drive in northwest Atlanta, but officers say when they arrived, they realized the victims had already been dropped off at Grady Hospital. It is not clear what led to the shooting, and no information has been released yet about suspects. DeKalb County police are searching for a brazen group of burglars.
They're considered armed and dangerous. The DeKalb police need your help finding the burglars who are responsible for a series of break-ins over the last year on the south side of DeKalb County.
In neighborhoods within the borders of 2nd Avenue, Tilson Road, McAfee Road, Candler Road, and White's Mill Road.
Blaine Clark with DeKalb Police says the band of burglars cover security cameras outside the homes, then break in, taking everything from jewelry to electronics. In one case, they even stole a ballistics vest with the words U.S. Marshal on the back. Video footage appears to show the suspects to be juveniles or young men in their early 20s. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Less than 4 months after he was arrested covering an immigration protest in DeKalb County, Hispanic journalist Mario Guevara is now out of the United States. The Committee to Protect Journalists confirms he was deported deported on a flight early this morning. This comes after a federal court refused to block his deportation. Guevara's legal team says he was in the country legally on the path to getting a green card. We're hearing today from Gwinnett County's top prosecutor about the importance of indicting the suspects in a multi-million-dollar retail theft scheme.
The indictment says this shoplifting for eBay ring racked up a jaw-dropping amount, stealing everything from Lego sets to vacuum cleaners.
21,000 transactions over 4 years and over $3.6 million.
Gwinnett County District Attorney Patsy Austin Gatson says theft on this scale winds up costing consumers higher prices, lower quality of life.
It's only going to deteriorate how we all are living, because I've been to cities and places where everything's behind a glass case.
Felony RICO convictions can carry up to 20 years in prison. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
The government shutdown will continue at least into next week.
The motion upon reconsideration is not agreed to.
The Senate once again rejecting a Republican bill passed in the House. The Senate now adjourned until Monday. The Georgia Department of Labor will help the more than 110,000 federal employees in the state who may be impacted by the shutdown.
Georgia Labor Commissioner Barbara Rivera-Holmes says these workers across industries, from manufacturing to healthcare, depend on stable government funding to keep paychecks coming in and operations running.
A lapse in funding threatens not only livelihoods, but also the momentum of our economic recovery.
She says these furloughed federal workers are eligible for unemployment insurance benefits. They can apply online through the Georgia Department of Labor website or in person at any one of the 34 career centers statewide. But when the shutdown ends, they will have to pay the money back. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis is now expected to testify next month before a state Senate committee investigating her conduct during the indictment of President Trump. She previously refused to testify, but Republican State Senator Greg Dolezal says Willis will now appear under oath November 13th before the Special Committee on Investigations. Dolezal is among several members on that panel running for a statewide office next year. It is now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Andrew Seco.
Travel advisories. You're trying to get closer towards the airport. Going to crash. Looks like only a couple right lanes getting by here. 285 West is the inner loop just past Flat Shoals Road, exit 48. Pretty close to Boulder Crest Road, exit 51. That back door already a few miles. You want to hop on I-20. That's a perfect fast track to get you to where you're going on time. Watching the brake lights on the downtown connector. 75, 85 north and south. Just jam between East Point all the way through the heart of downtown. Past Midtown, you are slow leaving Buckhead at 400 and 85 proper. Before you get to the downtown connector, got a bit of a slow spot. 75 south right at 285 to exit 238 by the airport. And we're slow just a little bit. 285 south, the inner loop leaving I-85 down towards the Stone Mountain Freeway, exit 39. From the Courier Carrier Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Fair skies for this evening. Temperatures falling to the mid-50s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, high near 80. Sunday, increasing cloud cover, morning lows in the mid-60s, daytime high 79.
Right now, 76 in Conyers, 74 in Marietta, and 75 in Beaufort. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Boy, they work on these big iPhone updates for a long time, you might imagine. Maybe a year or so. And they put it out, and now I'm having to update my update. I only updated the damn thing to 26 a couple of weeks ago. They wouldn't have found these bugs or whatever they're finding now before they roll it out.
It's a work in progress.
Everything's a work in progress, I guess. And my Apple News, like another thing that I just spend money on that probably I shouldn't. But it's on your phone, and it's an easy way to kind of do prep for the show from.
I thought it was free.
Apple News?
Mm-hmm. No.
First crack rock's free.
Okay.
Then
Once they get you.
Once they get you, it's going to cost you. I don't know if you're familiar with this company called Apple. They don't give things away.
We give away good vibes.
Yeah, other than that, everything's going to cost through the nose. So for some reason, it wasn't, I don't know if they went down for a little while this morning or something, Apple News. And I'm like, okay, well, what am I going to? I happened to be sitting down somewhere at the time. I won't tell you where, but I was thinking to myself, I really want to read something right now. And I noticed I still had the Yahoo News app on my phone. And I thought that they rolled that up a couple of years ago. I thought they ended that. I didn't realize it was still around. So like, oh, let me see if this is still around. And so I read a couple of news stories off of Yahoo News app. And then it happens. Honestly, people in the tech world have no idea how annoying they are. So I'm reading, I get to the second story, and then this thing pops up, and it says, 2 more stories, and you reach the level of seeker.
Oh, you get a badge?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's just like, can we stop with the gamification of everything? I don't need participation trophies.
They think
to
that
read
you'll come
news
back.
stories.
They think you'll keep coming back.
But why would I keep coming back? Because they're saying that I'm something? Are they giving me money? Hey,
no, pat on the back.
Read 2 more stories. We'll send you $500. All right, I'm in. I'm in. But are there people that are adults? Because kids aren't reading Yahoo News. Are there people who are adults who are at like a cocktail party and, I reached the level of seeker. I think it was seeker or searcher or something like that. How empty is your life if some sort of digital title on an app makes you feel validated?
You used to get that on Huffington Post before it became what it is now. That if you commented or shared, you got all these cute badges that you put on your profile.
Yeah, that's around with everything.
Yep.
But, you'd think when it comes to just news, here's something news people need to understand. You're supposed to be a little bit mundane. Not like the Von Haessler Doctrine. We're a current events show.
We don't have
People
badges.
don't understand that. We're not a political show, and we are not a news show. We are a current events show, and current events are sometimes political. Don't get it twisted. This is not a you mentioned yesterday something, George Clark. You said, as a reference, you were watching Tim Pool or something, and he said something or the other. And I wanted to ask this, and I'm not putting you on the spot or anything. I'm not trying to bully you with my intellectual prowess. I want you to know I'm not. Well, okay.
I love it.
He's a little bit. He likes to dominate. he likes a news dominatrix, but I'm not. So Tim Pool, interesting character, built his own thing. I don't know if he's on some compound somewhere.
Wears a beanie.
He wears that little hat because I take it he's having as much trouble dealing with the fact that he's going bald as I have. Is he completely bald?
Oh, he's bald.
All right. So, but look, I can relate to that. I'm not going to go after my own kind. And doesn't he have like a compound somewhere with he's protected by some sort of militia or something out in front of his
skate park? And
all
sorts.
Yeah. He can look. You've made money young when you can buy the things that allow you to live in arrested development. But so and he's not a dumb guy or anything like that. I'm not going after anything like that. It's just like for me, I got referred to that a couple of times, and I found it to be somewhat interesting. But overall, you don't get bored with that whole thing.
Timcast fan.
You're not, or you are?
Not a
okay.
Timcast.
Is it boring or is it me?
No, I think it's boring. I think it's
not as boring as that Barstool Sports show that's on FS1 in the mornings.
Well,
that is the worst. That is, but there's a little bit of it there, which is I feel like
a little milquetoast.
You think Tim Pool's he's not edgy enough for you.
He doesn't gaslight.
Oh, he just kind of like from your perspective goes over the news.
Yeah.
And gives his opinions.
And it's, kind of just right along the lines.
It seems a little, it seems like a little insular what's going on there. And nothing against the guy. Listen, he's made a gazillion and he's more power to him. Just for me as somebody tuning in, it kind of has a little bit of a sameness to it.
Yeah, and he's not very funny.
Well, no, there's not that. But, are you looking for that? Is he advertising himself? I think he advertises himself as an intellectual skater.
Yeah, a show that would catch my interest might be
Didn't you get started going out to all these, protests and stuff and just doing live streams?
Yeah, he started on the left. He started as on the Occupy Wall Street.
That's where it came.
Yeah, that's where he came out of. And then I think he was a Bernie guy. I'm not sure. But a lot of the Trump stuff, the Bernie folk popped over to Trump, and I think he was kind of part of that.
He kind of toes the MAGA line, I think. But like I said, I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah. Okay. I don't. Does he toe the MAGA line? I don't know. I'm going to say this. Now he's a podcast, so it's okay. But I just think every day I have to go after this Barstool Sports that's on FS1. I know that broadcast media is dying, It is. It's not, CBS, NBC, all of this stuff. We do have sports, still very, popular live sports. And I know that podcasting is the thing now, and it's going to be the thing in the future. I know that in podcast, you just kind of, if you want to, your whole thing could be, hey, we just show up, we're dressed the way we're dressed. Maybe we took a shower, maybe we didn't. If I want to get drunk, we're doing the show. That's the whole podcast thing. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring that to what's left of broadcasting. Does everyone understand what broadcasting? You're casting a broad net. So broadcasting, and I got to tell you, it offends me. It offends me. Don't show up on a television show wearing cargo shorts and a hoodie, sitting in a big chair like you're in your five people or something sitting around in these big plushy chairs. I can't take them seriously. You can't do a show when your body language is like, slouched in a chair. Like, I'm going to listen to anybody who's slouched in a chair.
That should be the big leagues. Everything else is minor leagues. Broadcast TV is the big league.
And it's okay if broadcast TV over the next 5 or 10 years goes down and it's not there anymore. Let's not turn it into podcasting. Right. Podcasting's great. I watch a lot of podcasts. Not a lot, but more than regular television. I don't watch any of that, really. Yeah. So I do appreciate it, but it doesn't work. It just doesn't work where you tune into a channel and there's 5 guys just with, slouching in chairs going, yeah, I remember that time. Like, have a plan. Have a show. Do a show. Present.
Yeah, you're now on a different medium. There's a different standard here. Like if you were offered to make the Von Haessler Doctrine a television show.
We do a television show.
Be dressed better. It'd be,
yes. Well, we thought that you would be the one guy. And by the way, it's okay to have one guy. One guy in a hoodie is okay. And and remember when I thought that we were going to try to do that. Let's not, you could,
the tie.
It's all in my new book out today, Life of a Showboy.
That's a long page, that part.
Yeah. But I was coming in here, not only was I wearing a tie and a coat, I was putting on like a little makeup so that I wouldn't look, dead on video.
You stopped drinking?
No, I didn't go that far.
Oh.
You laid off the gummies?
Well, just during the show.
Well, no, I didn't drink during the show.
Yeah.
So and then that went nowhere, and then I went back to looking like a radio host. But I understand that this is what a radio host looks like, and even if you tune on the video, you know in your mind I'm looking at a radio host. I'm not looking at a television host. I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't even know if I can justify it, and maybe it's just because I'm the age that I am. But don't show up on broadcast television just hanging out. That's for podcast.
Do you think the producer that signed them on was like, just bring the podcast energy? That's where.
Well, also, I think that they had, hey, if this works, it costs no money, basically.
Right.
We don't even have to have a floor manager, So I think, but it's getting horrible ratings. I heard it's getting like less than 200,000 people a day.
That's good for television nowadays.
Is it?
That's what Jimmy Kimmel's getting.
Yeah. No. Does he get? Well, no. I'm sorry. You can look it up. I think it's like 28,000.
Oh.
I think it's that bad. And I read a story about it a couple of weeks ago, and who's the guy who runs that Barstool Sports?
David Portnoy.
Portnoy. He had said, well, we're going to address it, and we're going to do something. But you tune in, and it's still, hey, I'm a slob. There's some slobs we're talking about. People don't necessarily want to look at people who look like they bought the cheap seats at a baseball game talking about baseball. It just, to me, it doesn't work. But who the hell am I? A complete and total
old man.
I was going to say superstar, but yeah, okay. Andrew Seco is watching a travel advisory on 285 in DeKalb.
Good afternoon, Eric and gang. Yeah, we're looking at only a couple right lanes getting by just before you hit the airport out of Panthersville, 285 West. The inner loop is just past Flat Shoals Road, exit 48. Looks like we might be in the clearing stages here pretty soon, but that back door is still taking you all the way to Covington Highway. I-20 might be your best option. It's a perfect fast track to dodge those delays, though you will be running into some brake lights. I-20 westbound looks like we have a crash in the left lane at Glenwood Road, exit 61. Rest of the way, just a little bit of volume. No crashes or stalls, just the car in front of you, especially in downtown, 75, 85 north and south. Jam leaving East Point all the way up into Midtown. This word sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples Easy button is back with even more easy? Press it for custom print, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. From the Cool Lake Area Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
There's been a ton of development in Walton County.
County commissioners voted to raise property taxes in Walton County.
Topical. A 20% increase is huge.
Getting you through your morning.
A double cheeseburger at McDonald's, if they increase it by 20%, you're like, whoa, hold up, Ronald. What are you doing here?
Mark Aram.
Monday at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hey, I have got an exclusive, money-saving, $29 offer to keep your family safe and warm. Hey, it's Chris Chandler for TE Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. After my fall checkup, I have total peace of mind, and you can too. New TE Certified customers pay just $29 for a fall checkup. But hurry, offer ends October 31st.
TE Certified, we love your home.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
If you're a home builder or a contractor, you know that downtime equals lost money. Dave Baker here. Randall Brothers has your back with the widest selection of building materials in the city, and Randall Brothers gets the right materials to the right place on time so you won't incur downtime. They are pros who can answer your questions and find the right fit for your needs. Randall Brothers, widest selection, industry expertise, accurate, no-hassle deliveries. RandallBrothers.com.
At Kroger Pharmacy, we make it easy to get flu, COVID, and RSV vaccines. They're available at no cost to you with most insurance plans. No appointment needed. And we're open weekdays, weeknights, and weekends. So come and visit us when it's most convenient for you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Vaccines subject to availability. No cost to you with most insurance plans. Check with your plan for eligibility. Restrictions and exclusions may apply. See site for details.
With a long legacy of helping people live well, HealthSpring knows Medicare. As your partner, HealthSpring is committed to empowering you every step of the way. From choosing your plan to making the most of your benefits, you'll find that with a Medicare partner you trust, life gets lighter. So put a spring in your step with a HealthSpring Medicare plan. Find out more at healthspring.com. HealthSpring products and services are provided exclusively by or through operating subsidiaries of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Some people listening, oh, Eric, you're a fuddy-duddy. By the way, it's 420. Light up. Oh, Eric, you're a fuddy-duddy. You don't get Barstool Sports. Guys are being guys, man. They're hanging out.
Being slobs and eating pizza.
Yeah, you know, guys only shower because girls are around. When guys are with guys, showers aren't necessary. We don't shower for 3 days and then we stink up the man cave with cigars. And you're just a fuddy-duddy, Eric. What do you want them to wear suit? No, I want them to put forth an effort. Present. The camera shouldn't just catch you with your buddies on broadcast television. If you're on broadcast television, you should have a plan. There's an idea. It can work. It could be a good idea, a bad idea, but you need to present. And people might think I'm a fuddy-duddy. Get with it, Eric? Yeah, get with it? Well, so we just saw that they're getting 16,000 people a day in the morning.
And what network is this on?
FS1.
Okay.
And then at noon, Herd comes on. He gets like 140. And then at 3, First Things First comes on, and they get like 160,000. So am I really a fuddy-duddy? A lot of these sports people, they think that I'm a fuddy-duddy because not a fuddy or a duddy, but both fuddy and fuddy-duddy. And they think that I'm old-fashioned, but you know what? Some old-fashioned things are okay. I saw that the PGA finally apologized about the behavior that went on from the fans at the Ryder Cup. I guess Bethpage Black is known as a place where, why would any golf course encourage idiots to yell at golfers? I don't know. I really don't know. Can we have one sport? It was nice. Well,
yes, you don't need all that participation in golf.
Golf was always like the library of sports.
Quiet, please.
It's nice.
Quiet.
Well, here's the thing. That's why people say,
Quiet, please.
Yeah, it's nice. And people think that I'm a fuddy-duddy because I was embarrassed. As an American, I was embarrassed. And don't hit me with, they do it to us in Europe. My brain doesn't work that way. My behavior is not governed by somebody else's behavior. My behavior is governed by myself and what I know and my worldview. The fact that you act like a jerk never, ever, ever, in my mind, gives me license to act like a jerk. I want to live a life where I don't act like a jerk, at least as minimal as possible. It still pops up from time to time. But they did apologize, finally, yesterday, I think. And I saw, I think it was John Middlecoff on YouTube, NFL commentary guy. And McAfee is like this as well. I don't know about this particular issue, but I remember when they started giving guys penalties for taunting stricter. And McAfee is like, don't you know these guys, they worked their whole life, and that's what they had a great play, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, I don't get that at all. No.
Talking about football?
Talking about football when they get to the point where just staring at somebody and all that. And Middlecoff yesterday a couple days ago was talking about idiots like me who get upset about fans during the Ryder Cup, or the fan that jumped on. What was the game? What was the football game? I don't even know if it was college or NFL, where the fan jumped on the field, took a selfie of himself, giving the finger to a player on the other team.
Was that in the Eagles game?
I don't know where it was. I heard the story, but for some reason I can't pin down what the damn game was that it happened. But I find that embarrassing. And Middlecoff went on about stupid people like me who get upset. But listen, it matters. There is, I mean, are McAfee and Middlecoff and all the Barstool guys, are they basically saying that there just should be no sportsmanship in sports?
Nope.
Because the way sports works is 99.9% of the people who love sports never actually play them at a high level, right? So sportsmanship is, what do I get out of it other than upset that my team lost, my team won? Oh, it's another societal thing that's teaching me how to be a good human. Hard, tough, to the wall, in the fire, kind of competitive spirit. And then when the game's done, or even through the game, a sense of sportsmanship. What these guys like McAfee and Middlecoff don't understand is they're condemning their country and the future by saying sportsmanship doesn't matter and it doesn't count. It matters a lot. It matters a lot. Being a good loser, I was going to say, being a good winner is as important as being a good loser. And most of us learn from sports. Only a very few of us make our livings from it. So call me a fuddy-duddy if you will. I'll go down with the ship. Sports without sportsmanship is mere barbarity. Seems weird to put those two words together, mere and barbarity. Andrew Seco says there's better news on 285 near the airport.
That is not mere barbarity. All lanes back open as you're getting towards the airport. 285 West, the inner loop. This was just past Flat Road, exit 48. Those brake lights already thinned out, just still mixed with the volume a little bit. No more need for an alternate as you're getting towards Panthersville. We do have that crash inside the perimeter, just cleared off to the right. All lanes back open. I-20 westbound towards Glenwood Road, exit 61B. Still have a couple extra brake lights taking you back towards Candler, McAfee, in the Panthersville area. And just found some new trouble. Looks like at least one right lane blocked as you're getting towards Duluth. 85 northbound. Steve Roads Boulevard, exit 103. Have a crash with the brake lights all the way back towards 285. Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
It's Ashley Frasco. When installing sod, freshness is key. That's why I trust NG Turf. With multiple farms in the Atlanta area, they deliver the freshest, highest quality sod, including Zeon Zoysia and Tiff Tough Bermuda. Shop these and more at ngturf.com.
Passion. It's the difference between getting it done and being exceptional. For your home's exterior renovation, hire a company passionate about your project. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus.
Hi, I'm Charlie. My passion for high-quality remodeling began when I started my business at just 15. Now we have grown to the Plus family of businesses. If you hear the Plus, it's us.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier, the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 core body scan offer has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your virtual imaging $995 core body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Atlanta DIY landlords, listen up. If you're exhausted from managing your rental properties all by yourself, my friends at Renters Warehouse Atlanta offering a 90-day test drive. Hire Renters Warehouse to manage your rental property for a low flat monthly fee as low as $115. If you're not satisfied at any time in the first 3 months, you can fire them. Get your management fees back. What do you get for that low flat monthly fee? A dedicated property management team, maintenance coordination, move in and move out property condition reports, advanced tenant screening with a 9-month tenant warranty, professional photography and videography, lease renewal processing and negotiations, online rent collection, monthly owner cash flow statements, and more. Renters Warehouse, so confident you'll love their service, they want an addition for your business. Choice is yours. Keep DIYing or see how Renters Warehouse can make your life easier. Start your 90-day test drive today. Go to rwatlanta.com or call 404-662-2322, 404-662-2322.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top story, the government shutdown will continue at least through the weekend.
On this vote, the yeas are 54 and the nays are 44.
The Senate once again failing to pass the spending bill approved by Republicans in the House and adjourns for the weekend. Karen Travers reports the White House says some government agencies and programs will be cut and layoffs are likely.
The timing of the firings is still unclear. The White House was asked that today, and the press secretary Caroline Leavitt said that the budget office and the director Russ Vought are meeting with cabinet secretaries and talking to departments and agencies about what could come next in terms of cuts. That's a different message, though, than what we heard from her just 2 days ago when she said these federal firings could be imminent and would happen within the next couple of days.
77 degrees in Atlanta. Will it stay dry for the weekend? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. This just in, Hamas reportedly gives its response to President Trump's ceasefire proposal in Gaza. They've accepted it in principle, but wants to make changes. Hamas says it will release the hostages, alive and dead, in an effort to start negotiating the full peace plan. The president has given Hamas a deadline of Sunday evening. Actor Tyrese Gibson is booked into the Fulton County Jail today in an animal cruelty case. A Buckhead neighbor says Gibson's dogs roamed freely and killed his dog. The Fast and Furious star is charged with cruelty to animals. He's been released on $20,000 bond. Gibson says he's shocked, devastated, and heartbroken for the family who lost their dog. Speaking at his sentencing hearing today, Sean Diddy Combs calls his behavior disgusting, shameful, and sick. He's awaiting sentencing now on 2 prostitution-related charges. CBS's Jerika Duncan reports one of the alleged victims is also speaking out.
In a statement from Cassie Ventura, the star witness in that 8-week trial, she said, quote, "I am so scared that if he walks free, His first actions will be swift retribution towards me and others who spoke up about his abuse. So naturally, you're hearing from both sides. The judge will ultimately have the final say.
Georgia teams up with other states helping to bring down a bogus charity claiming to help patients receive breast cancer screenings.
The organization CarsRUs.com claimed that vehicle donations would allow it to provide free and low-cost screenings through the United Breast Cancer Foundation. But Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr says less than 0.5% of the more than $45 million raised actually went to that cause. Georgians donated more than $900,000 of that total. The Attorney General calls it unconscionable and says the organization's president and co-owner will be permanently banned from future fundraising. Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
Peachtree City Police nabbed 4 suspects wanted for breaking into an ATM, then leading officers on a foot chase. Officers say they're able to quickly find 3 of the suspects after they set off an alarm at the United Community Bank on Commerce Drive. They later tracked down the final suspect in Fairburn, saying he was comfortably resting from his late-night adventures. They are all now in the Fayette County Jail. New jobs are coming to Georgia as the Columbus area is about to get a little sweeter.
The J.M. Smucker Company, best known for its signature jellies, also the owners of Hostess, the maker of Twinkies, Suzy Q's, and other treats. It's expanding production at an existing Hostess facility in Columbus, Georgia. Now, the $120 million project will include a new building at the site, the renovating of some areas of the plant, and the installation of new equipment. This project expected to add at least 48 new jobs to the plant's current workforce of 350. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
A big religious shift in the United States.
The nation could see an unprecedented 15,000 churches shut their doors this year, according to reports from religious denominations and church consultants. The trend is expected to continue for years. A record number of Americans, 29%, consider themselves as religiously unaffiliated.
Correspondent Jim Krasula reports 62% identify as Christians. That's down from nearly 80% in 2007, according to the Pew Research Center. It is now 4:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And in the 24-hour traffic center this afternoon, it's Andrew Seca.
Watching that brake light battle through Midtown, downtown, looking a lot like a parking lot right now. No crashes or stalls. Mind you, just that car in front of you, 75-85 north and south jam, leaving East Point all the way up through the heart of downtown. Southbound, we're packed in, leaving Buckhead, all converging at Freedom Parkway. Bit of a tough one through here. Got some trouble 85 northbound near Steve Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103. Going to pour through the jam. Came to see the holdup is here. Brake lights all the way back towards I-280, or back towards 285, and it looks like we're seeing some extra brake lights, 75 northbound out of McDonough. You're on and off that brake pedal, getting towards city limits, finally letting you go at 675, exit 227. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Fair skies for this evening, cooling quickly to the mid-50s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, high near 80. Sunday, mostly cloudy skies, an isolated rain shower possible, high 79.
Right now, 75 in Sewanee, 74 in Emerson, 76 in Union City. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
The Findlay Roofing Chief Barking Officer Rufus has the zoomies. He's rolling over about saving you $1,000 bucks off your roof replacement. That's a lot of bones. Hey, it's Dave Baker for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Stop repairing the leaks and dragging your feet. For a limited time, save $1,000 on your roof replacement. Hurry, this treat ends on Halloween. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com.
Don't be haunted by those old stains in your carpet. Call Zerorez Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning to get 3 rooms cleaned for only $129. Mention WSB when you call or schedule online at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, it's the right way to clean.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
Window Comfort's exclusive window line is built for Georgia's extreme heat and guaranteed to lower your energy bills. Right now, get buy 2, get 2 free with no payments till 2026. Schedule your no-pressure estimate today at windowcomfort.com.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Oh, look at this. It says there that Combs begged for mercy.
He was crying.
Ahead of sentencing. George Stein will be here. Well, he's here now, but he's gagged. He's under a gag rule until 5. We will ask him. This is going to be my first question for George Stein. Nobody tell him. My first question is going to be, how often does that work? Begging for mercy. Because when I think about begging for mercy, it's like, Judge, please, 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 please. And the judge is like, all right, no, sit down. But Judge, please, 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 I beg of you, please don't send me to jail. How often does that work? Mercy is an important thing. How often is it doled out by judges? That's going to be my first question for George Stein, unless my goldfish brain forgets it in the next half hour. But my plan is to ask, well, what the hell? George Stein's sitting right there. You don't have to have headphones or anything. Just turn your mic on. Have you ever seen anyone beg for mercy in a courtroom?
Yes, I have.
Did it work?
It's usually after a conviction and at sentencing, and sometimes it works. All judges are wired differently. You know, if it speaks to redemption and rehabilitation and it's genuine and sincere, it might move the needle a little bit.
All right, let's role play a little bit. You're the judge.
Yes.
I'm Diddy. I say things like, Your Honor, I've learned my lesson, and I promise you, if you let me out, I will never kick my girlfriend in the head again, repeatedly in a hotel hallway. That's my promise to you, Judge. What say you? Are we good? Are we good?
Well, that's noted, sir.
I'm done kicking women in the head.
But I'm going to take everything into consideration here, including the victim statements.
Okay, well, as long as you're taking everything into consideration, I also want you to know I'm done with, murder hits on my rivals. I want to know I'm done with that. Those days are behind me. But I would like to be able to have. I still like the. What do you like? Coconut? What was
Baby oil.
Baby oil.
Johnson & Johnson specifically.
What if that was part of his sentence?
No more baby oil?
You can never purchase baby oil again, ever again. So the thing could go, George. Now that you're on.
Okay.
So I'm here in New York City. Are you here in New York City? Oh, you're not because you don't have headphones on. But we're hearing the sounds of New York City, which means sirens. And that means Greg Russ has joined us. Greg Russ? Hello. Yes?
George can't hear me, so I feel weird.
Well, it's all right. George, you can't hear. It's all right. This isn't about George. George isn't really on until 5. I just let him in to ask him the Diddy question. But I didn't want to ignore you.
Diddy said his behavior was disgusting. That's what he said to the judge.
He said the judge's behavior was disgusting?
No, he said that his own behavior was disgusting, that he understands that.
He told the judge that his own behavior was disgusting, and he understood that. You think that will help with the judge?
No, that's not going to help.
So you've got to know with the judge. You got to know what the judge is like and whether they have like a soft heart.
That's right. You never want to be critical of the judge.
No. He wasn't saying the judge is disgusting. No, he's saying to the judge that he knows that his own behavior was disgusting.
Well, that's good that he was self-deprecating and acknowledging his sins, because that's part of it too. Is
I just think
redeeming yourself.
But I really think if we can get, it's too late to give advice to his lawyer. But I really think if he told the judge that he promised to never, ever, ever repeatedly kick a woman in the head again, I think that he might get a little bit of this mercy that he's asking for.
So he's reserving one kick. is what you're saying. Because you said he promises never to kick repeatedly again.
Well,
but you
okay.
don't think he can help himself.
Well,
He's
you
reserving one kick.
Well, I think you try to be clever in front of the judge so that you don't pin yourself down, because you never know. He might just have a bad moment and, be good for a kick or two.
What about
I
one
have those
punch
moments
a
all
year?
the time.
What?
Tim said one punch a year. I said I have those moments all the time where I go around kicking people. I can't help it.
Yeah, there's
Got no control.
sometimes you just you see somebody and you go, hey, they're rooting for the other team. I think I'm going to kick them in the head. That's just one of those things that doesn't everybody? Isn't that a thing where everybody does that? No?
Yeah, I get it, yeah.
I love people will be tuned in for the first time. What kind of show is this?
What's wrong?
Man, I
This
think
guy's
about
talking about being a serial head kicker. Yes?
I think about when I was younger and I would go to the Falcons games, and I think it was
You were a jerk
the Falcons,
back then. People might
the
not know
Falcons-
you were a jerk.
The Falcons played the Eagles. Opening game was Monday Night Football. A year after, I think the Eagles eliminated them in the playoffs, so it was a big deal.
This is during the Vic period of time, right? Vic
think- yeah, it was
yeah,
Vic.
because I remember that. Did they go to an NFC Championship game against the Eagles? Or I believe they did and
It
got
may
beat.
have been.
Yeah,
I think it was the
That was the
year.
time
And
that
then the
Andy
Eagles-
Reid got to the Super Bowl and lost it.
Yeah, they lost to the Patriots, and McNabb threw up on the field.
And
But-
didn't Terrell Owens play with a broken leg or something like that, as I recall? This is not a sports show. We don't have to go into sports history. Your point being
is I didn't kick anyone, but if I given the opportunity, I probably would have. Those Eagles fans that were there,
Yeah.
they were chanting, and I was doing their EAGLES chant, but changing the letters to really obscene things
Yes,
and crotch chopping them.
Let me ask you something.
I'm surprised I didn't get beaten up.
That's a good question, because you were kind of a jerk when you were younger. Did it never bother you, the idea of fist hitting your face and somebody beating you? Seems like you didn't care about that kind of stuff. You
No,
were
I'm
just,
dense. Both mentally and physically, I'm dense, so I felt as though I could take the punch.
You could take it. Because there's been no time in my life where I ever felt like I wanted to challenge Philadelphia Eagles fans. I just assumed they all can kick my butt.
Who's scarier,
It was
them
in
or
Atlanta,
Jets
though.
fans?
Huh? Them or what fans?
Jets.
Jets have been so bad for so long. They have no morale.
That's true.
You don't want to deal with I'm not a fan of the city of Philadelphia. I've been there a few times. My brother-in-law went to medical school there. And so I spent some time there. And I also, when I was doing comedy, I went through there a couple of times. I'm just not it seems like every time I go to Philadelphia, and it hasn't been now for years, but it seems for a while there, whenever I would go to Philadelphia, the garbage people would be on strike.
Yes.
And it would be in the middle of the summer, and it'd be 900 degrees and just garbage everywhere. And then, that I could have put up with that, but then there was the people and their attitude. It's
Or just blue collar.
Yeah, no,
hard workers.
No, blue collar hard workers don't. I love this idea. I don't know about New Yorkers now, but New Yorkers used to have that, that kind of reputation. But every time I was a tourist in New York, regular New Yorkers were fantastic. Other tourists were not people that I necessarily want to be around. But I've had a couple of times in New York City where I was kind of walking around lost. Walk up to a construction guy on a construction site. Every time that's ever happened, it's been very,
Hey, it's going over there.
it's been
Get
very
out
helpful.
over there.
Not like, oh, you're a tourist, get out of here. 50 months, 2+ years. Diddy just got. That's breaking news. 50 months.
Anytime
No, I'm
served?
sorry. 24 months is 2 years. That's almost 5 years. George, we'll talk to George when we get back about what this really means. He's already served a year. So 4 years and 2 months. Do you think we'll find out if that's on top of the year he's already served. But I want to talk to George about if there is good behavior involved, what does that usually look like 4 years and 2 months? But first, let's find out what's going on the roadways. Andrew Seco, a new travel advisory. I'm sorry. Andrew Seco is not the new travel advisory. Andrew Seco tells us there is a new travel advisory on 85 North in DeKalb.
I'll do the best I can right now. We're still looking at a few right lanes blocked. Fire department, police, and wreckers on scene here in the jam cam. Got to crash 85 North Stephen Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103. That back door all the way past 285. You're going to want to use Beeford Highway as an alternate to get you to where you're going on time. Brake lights on the connector north and south, 75, 85. You are stretched between Buckhead all the way down into East Point. And a little bit of trouble. I-20 east and westbound still packing in between Lithia Springs down towards 285. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
This is Bill Caiaccio live from the breaking news desk at 446. Sentencing day for Sean Diddy Combs on 2 prostitution-related charges. Let's go to CNN's Laura Coates, who is outside the federal courthouse in New York.
Here it is. After all the many months of trial and the years of waiting to see what would happen, Sean Diddy Combs will be sentenced to 50 months in prison. That is 50 months in prison. Far less than the 11 years requested, far more than the 14 months. He will not walk out of the door behind me in the courtroom today. He will not be a free man for 50 months. The judge says, which is a little shy of 4.25 years, this is a serious sentence that reflects the gravity of your crimes and conducts. He also says this is a hard time away from your family, but also notes that Combs will have a life after prison, after 50 months.
And so once again, that sentence just in from New York, Sean Diddy Combs getting a little more than 4 years in prison on prostitution-related charges. We'll have more coming up in the news at 5 o'clock. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks,
the yeas are 55 and the nays are 45.
We've got it covered.
Funding to run the federal government has just expired and the government shutdown is beginning.
Tune in often for the latest.
Congressional Budget Office estimates federal furlough payments could cost about $400 million a day.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's breaking news station.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Hey, if you're bringing some friends over to tailgate this fall or cook out or having the family for Thanksgiving later, do what I've just done and call Wise Guys Pro Wash. They've gotten my house and driveway, my patio spotless, even the wooden gates out back. They even cleaned the roof, and I didn't even have to be there. The crew used the top equipment in the industry in their soft wash and kept my home safe and damage-free. You call them. First-time customers mention my name, Chris Chandler, and book now to get $70 off your first wash at wiseguysprowash.com.
At Kroger Pharmacy, we make it easy to get flu, COVID, and RSV vaccines. They're available at no cost to you with most insurance plans. No appointment needed. And we're open weekdays, weeknights, and weekends. So come and visit us when it's most convenient for you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Vaccines subject to availability. No cost to you with most insurance plans. Check with your plan for eligibility. Restrictions and exclusions may apply. See site for details.
It's happening, guys. Your hair's thinning, the crown's disappearing. Hair loss might have you feeling you've lost your identity. It's Mark Arum here. Thankfully, there's Advanced Hair Simple One-Day Treatment. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's your own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. I've seen Advanced Hair's incredible results with my own eyes. Get your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But what if you could get both? Why not? Especially when it comes to health care, and that is Medi-Share. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with Medi-Share, and that's huge, but it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. And we know this from research of members. There's a lot they like about Medi-Share, but especially they love being part of something they believe in. And Medi-Share works, too. It has for more than 30 years. There are hundreds of thousands of members who love having telehealth if they need it. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or you're part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Of course, remember that this is an important special day for me because my new book hits the stores. Life of a Showboy. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's only 5 pages, but it's power-packed. Full of anecdotes. Yes?
What celebrity did the read for the audiobook?
Eric Von Hassler.
Yeah, he did it himself.
Did it myself.
No,
Nobody
they
can
don't
tell
allow
my
you to do
story.
it.
Nobody can tell my story.
Celebrities have stolen all work. Not only do they act in TV and movies, they do commercials without shame these days. They do audiobooks.
I know. It's
podcasts.
The end. Yeah. Well, not for Life of a Showboy, which, by the way, they're accused of old white guys waiting to get into listening parties all over the city right now. I want you to know.
And women.
A few women.
Yeah,
a few ladies.
with them, man.
Yeah, with the men.
You
can tell the women, they're the ones with hair. Yes?
You did an exclusive deal with Radio Shack. That's the only place you can get certain
Yes.
versions. And
Yes. You have to go to radio. I have the book is available in 13 different versions.
Though you refused to go into the Radio Shack to promote it, because last time when Radio
Yeah.
Shack still existed, you sent me in because you're right. The people who work in there don't let you leave, or who worked in there.
No, I don't want people out there. Every time you went into Radio Shack you go in and buy a couple of batteries. They want your telephone number and your life story. And no, I just wanted a couple of batteries. Is that all right? All right, we got to deal with this breaking news because George Stein is here. Shelley Winter said 4 years and 2 months for prostitution. This is kind of absurd.
Yeah, well, that's what judges do. They tend to split the loaf. The state, the federal
Right.
prosecutors wanted 11 years.
Right.
Diddy's lawyers wanted credit for time served, and he sort of met in the middle slightly to Diddy's favor.
This is BS, though. This is not sex trafficking the way that we think of sex trafficking. Not in to me, when you say sex trafficking, I'm thinking of like 14-year-olds who are, indentured, and they go some kind of pimp, and that's what I'm thinking. And the Mann Act, and you would take underage women across state lines and things like that. My feeling here is that basically Diddy gets in touch with high-end call girls in Los Angeles, says, we're having a party in Vegas, and he pays for their plane ticket to get there. This, to me, because they didn't get him on the hard stuff. They didn't get him on the racketeering. They didn't get him on the tough stuff. Sometimes in sentencing, I can't ask you because you're a lawyer and people could be listening. You could hurt your career. I'm not going to ask you to do that. But I'm wondering in my mind whether a courtroom, the jury let us down. The jury let us down, and they didn't get this guy on the big stuff. So now I'm going to give way more of a sentence than he should. It doesn't matter if you like him or you don't like him or whatever. He beat the big stuff. He's been in jail for a year, and now they're going to try to so all in all, the time he walks, if he does serve all this time.
Right. Well, so he's got
6 years.
It's a 4-year, 2-month sentence.
5 years, though. Yeah.
He's got 1 year credit for time served.
Oh, you think that? So that's going to be in there.
Yeah. They give you credit for the time you're in there normally, especially because he's without a bond. And so then,
sounds like BS to me, George.
Then you have to look at the federal sentencing guidelines, and they sort of rate percentages of how
Right.
much good time you get. So it'll probably do about another 2.5.
They were trying to put him away for 30 years.
Yes.
And they couldn't get him. And it seems to me that this is trumped up nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. No,
Don't
Trump,
drag-
I didn't mean.
don't drag me
No,
into
I
this.
didn't mean it that way.
I
I
had
meant
nothing to do with it.
just the phrase. All right. Well, yes.
I wonder if I know no, he's not charged for domestic violence, but does that come into play when?
That's what I'm
defense
saying. I think
sentencing?
that a judge sometimes, I'm saying this, not George, can just be like, well, he just needs more. The jury didn't get this one right. Because if you went along with the jury, they didn't think that,
It's the judge's discretion. He takes all factors into consideration.
yeah, including, maybe he wants to, I don't know, be popular at the next cocktail party. This just seems kind of ridiculous. I'm with Shelley Winter. I thought it was going to be like a year. And then maybe he'd serve like 4 or 5 more months of it, and then that would be it. A year and a half for everything. All right, whatever. Justice in America. I don't know. He's a gazillionaire. He'll be out in a few years. He'll be fine. I'm done expending energy over it. Andrew Seco is watching the brake light battle on 85 North in Duluth.
Working hard to clear this off to the shoulder, but we're not quite there yet. A couple right lanes still blocked with this travel advisory. 85 northbound, Steve Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103, back door a few miles back, over 35 minutes of brake lights. Buford Highway is going to be your best friend getting in and out of the area to get you to where you're going on time. Rest of the way, might have some new trouble. Going to port through the jam cam, see what the holdup is here. We're slow by the theme park, I-20 westbound, packing in on your way towards Thornton Road, exit 44. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
Fall is a busy time, and selling your home can be overwhelming. Get a guaranteed cash offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our guaranteed offer is the easiest way to sell your home. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can bypass the market, receive the strongest all-cash offer in the industry, and close in as little as 21 days. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Here's a money-saving pro tip to keep your heating system running efficiently and avoid costly breakdowns. For just $29, you can schedule your fall checkup with TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Chris Chandler here. Don't miss this exclusive new customer offer. Just $29 for a TE Certified fall checkup. Hurry, offer ends October 31st.
TE Certified, we love your home.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been asked many times how Morgan & Morgan became the largest injury firm in the world. I think I know. When someone comes to us for an on-the-job injury, we have a huge workers' compensation practice. But many times we find a defective product that was responsible for that injury. Luckily for them, we have a product liability section headed by my son Mike. In addition to the comp case, there is a product case too. Other times, the injured worker is fired or harassed for bringing that claim. We have them covered. Our employment lawyers handle retaliation claims as well as wage theft and discrimination cases, and in some cases need to file for Social Security benefits. No problem. We became big for a reason. 30% of our new cases come as referrals from former clients. Hiring us is easy. Go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer, or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Want to save 1,000 bones on your next roof? Dave Baker here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Right now, save $1,000 on your roof replacement. Hurry, this treat ends on Halloween. FindlayRoofing.com.
What you walk on in your home should be wonderful.
Hi, I'm Michael, proud founder of Authentic Hardwood Flooring. Are your worn-out floors on Santa's naughty list? If you're hosting this holiday, get beautiful new floors in time for the holiday get-togethers. Our promise is to make the flooring process painless for you. Our focus is to make your flooring perfect.
Authentic Hardwood Flooring offers high-quality craftsmanship with an exceptional customer experience. AuthenticHardwoodFlooring.com.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top story. It is breaking news. The sentence is in for Sean Diddy Combs.
CBS News special report. A judge has just sentenced Sean Diddy Combs to just over 4 years in prison for prostitution-related charges. The defense argued he should get no more than 14 months, but the judge said a substantial sentence must be given to send a message to abusers and victims alike that abuse against women is met with real accountability. CBS's Anna Schechter was inside the courtroom and says the defense
painted a picture of someone who struggled with drug addiction, who had a lot of trauma in his life.
While the judge acknowledged his hardships and also his successes, he said a history of good works cannot erase the power and control you had over the women. You abused them physically, emotionally, and psychologically, and you used that to get your way. Combs addressed the court and apologized, calling his past behavior disgusting, shameful, and sick. Again, Sean Diddy Combs has been sentenced to over 4 years in prison. CBS News Special Report. I'm Stacey Lynn.
77 degrees in Atlanta, cooling into the 50s tomorrow morning. Do we have any rain chances in the days ahead? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. All new at 5 o'clock, a Fulton County judge sets a 2-week deadline to name a new prosecutor in the Trump election meddling case. WSB's Veronica Waters reports live now with the latest developments.
Yeah, so Bill, the onus was already on the Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia to name a new prosecutor in the election meddling case against Donald Trump and associates after the state Supreme Court declined to hear the Fulton County DA's appeal of her disqualification from the case. So now the judge overseeing that racketeering trial has ordered the council to choose somebody within 2 weeks, or he will dismiss the case without prejudice. Now, it's worth noting that last part means in theory that the case will be stopped, but it can be revived later. Now, we've reached out to the council's executive director, Pete Scandalakis, for details on how the search has been going and what is next in this process. Reporting live in Atlanta, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis is now expected to testify next month before a state Senate committee investigating her conduct during the indictment of President Trump. She previously refused to testify, but Republican State Senator Greg Dolezal says Willis will appear under oath November 13th before the Special Committee on Investigations. Dolezal is among several members on that panel running for a statewide office next year. Fast and Furious actor Tyrese Gibson turns himself in today at the Fulton County Jail weeks after his dogs are accused of killing a neighbor's pet.
The actor is released on $20,000 bond. The misdemeanor charge of cruelty to animals stems from an attack on Harrison Parker's Cavalier King Charles Spaniel Henry. He says he found the little pile of fur after letting him out one night in mid-September.
Just lying motionless on my driveway.
Fulton County Police started searching for Gibson after hearing from Buckhead neighbors who reported seeing his dogs roaming freely. Gibson's attorney issues a statement saying Gibson has cooperated fully with legal authorities and will continue to do so until this matter is resolved. Jennifer Perry, 95.5 WSB.
Happening now, Atlanta police investigating a shooting that leaves 3 people with gunshot wounds. 2 of the victims are in critical condition. It happened at an apartment complex on Verdant Drive in northwest Atlanta, but officers say when they got there, they realized the victims had already been dropped off at Grady Hospital. It's not clear what led up to this shooting, and no information is released about possible suspects. No dice in ending the government shutdown today.
The motion upon reconsideration is not agreed to.
The Senate once again rejects a Republican bill passed in the House. The Senate now adjourned until Monday. Hamas gives its response to President Trump's ceasefire proposal. They have accepted it in principle, but wants to make changes. Trump has given a deadline of Sunday evening, but it appears now as though talks could begin. It is 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather, and Triple Team Traffic begins from the 24-hour traffic center with Andrew Sika.
Brake lights, and more brake lights on the downtown connector. You can count on them, especially in a Friday afternoon. Looking like a parking lot right now, 75, 85 north and south. You're seeing that between East Point all the way up through the heart of downtown. Southbound, we're packing in out of Buckhead, converging right there at Freedom Parkway. Travel advisory looks like we're still rolling in the right lanes. 85 north, Stephen Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103. Delays back inside the perimeter. Buford Highway is going to be your best friend and your perfect alternate to get in and out of the area. And might have some new trouble, some unusual delays. Going to look through the jam cam, see what the holdup is here. Forward southbound, packing at Holcomb Bridge Road, exit number 7. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening, sunset around 7:20. Temperatures will be in the low 70s at that time, cooling down into the mid-50s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Increasing cloud cover on Sunday, but mainly dry. Morning low 64, afternoon high 79. Monday and Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies with a few hit or miss rain showers possible. Morning lows in the mid-60s, daytime highs in the mid to upper 70s. Only about half an inch to 1 inch of rainfall expected through the middle of next week.
77 in Brookhaven and in Covington. It's 75 now in Fayetteville. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. With this hour's keyword for the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. This hour's keyword is fun. Does anybody remember that?
I do.
F-U-N. Fun. Yeah, F-U-N. Fun. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win $1,000. Again, that keyword is F-U-N, fun. Use it in a sentence. If you win that $1,000, you're going to have some fun. Probably not the most grammatically correct sentence, but then again, this is the same host who not too long ago heard that Diddy got 50 months and immediately said, that's about 2 years.
And too long.
Why would people listen to me on anything else? This guy can't do math on the fly. What is wrong with his brain? Why would I listen to him on anything? He thinks 50 months is 2 years. He's an idiot. Let me tell you something about the host of this show that you may not know. I am, in fact, one of the smartest dumb people you will ever meet. When it comes to dumb people, I'm right at the top. I am the cream at the top. I have risen to the top of the dumb people, but still, fundamentally, an idiot. George Stein is here. Greg Russ has already joined us. Greg, are you comfortable?
I'm comfortable. Why?
Well, I just want to know if you feel like opining on the law. Because, well, my goodness, I want to be nice to you because it's about the kidney stone. But the coughing, I can't handle.
Well, I'm hitting the cough button. They
Yes.
don't have a kidney
Still hear
button.
it.
They don't have a kidney button?
Reverberates.
Yes, too.
Reverberates.
Well, if everybody, the cough button works when there's one person with a mic open.
Yeah.
I don't know why they give everybody cough buttons as if the other microphones won't pick it up. But that's fine. We're glad you're here. I know you're working. You're working hurt.
Thank you.
You're playing hurt, as
I'm
they
glad
say.
to be here. I am glad
Going back
be
to your question,
I'm
though,
glad
I'm
to
ready
be
for
here.
I'm ready for the law. I've been looking through the stories you've got for George. There's some doozies in here.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about earlier. Kim Kardashian said she wanted to be a lawyer. That was years ago. George Stein.
Yes.
Apparently, she's passed something called the baby bar. What's the baby bar?
That's for babies. No, actually, there's some prerequisites normally to become a lawyer, and one of them is to have a bachelor's degree. And if you don't have a bachelor's degree,
yes,
then there's another procedure you can follow. You can study the law, and you can take the baby bar first, and that sort of satisfies and checks off that requirement.
And that allows you to take the
right. And then when you graduate from law school, you take the big bar.
Oh, I see. So passing the baby bar allows you to go to law school without a bachelor's.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
And then after that, you got to pass the bar. And my understanding is that she took it like 4 months ago. We don't know yet.
Yeah, it takes time to get the results.
Have you ever in your life seen a good lawyer who had $1 billion before they started practicing law? Seems to be like you got to have a little hunger, right? You got to.
Yeah, but they never went to work after they passed the bar.
I mean, you burn some pretty wicked hours when you're a lawyer. I don't know that starting after you're a billionaire is going to set you up to have a great law career. But you, my friend George Stein, have had a great law career, and that's why we have you here. We've already talked about the Diddy thing. I think it's too much. I know it's more than I thought because 50 months is not 2 years. Even if it had only been 2 years, I think it would have been too much. I think it's
this is going to bother you. This mistaken math.
Yes, it will. Yes.
What bothers you more,
weekend to
that
think about
or
it.
his sentence?
The fact that I messed up the math?
Mhm.
Oh, much more.
Okay.
Hey, Diddy's still going to have $100 million when he gets out, whenever he gets out. So he's doing fine. But if people believe for 1 second that I cannot do math on the fly, I think I lose all of my credibility. So before I do that, let's go to some of these law stories. This is one local, somewhat local, state of Georgia. This is a loophole in there's a loophole in the Georgia law, George Stein, and apparently this allows people who are squatting in a home to stay in the home quasi-legally, like they can't be thrown out. And I guess the idea is, well, you can explain it better than me, but you have to, if the homeowner is dead, then there's nobody to make the complaint against the squatters, right? And that's what's happening here?
The new law has more teeth in it than the old law. First of all, they made it a misdemeanor, so it's a crime.
Yeah, we do remember there was a period of time where it wasn't a crime and people
Right.
were taking advantage of it. By the way, this is in Ogeechee Farms.
Yes.
Is where this is.
So now the new law with more teeth in it says if you're one of the registered owners, you can get an affidavit stating there's a squatter in there and that, in fact, that you own this property and prove it through a
Right.
deed. Then you can get somebody removed physically. The sheriffs will come within 3 days normally and take them out. The problem in this particular loophole is this person that owned the dwelling died.
Yeah.
He's deceased.
And then the person that they
And then
passed it on to.
His heir is also deceased, so therefore no affidavit.
So now it's just the community who are noticing that a bunch of people are living in this house. Apparently, they've tented off the carport, and that's like a different place for a different family. And the other allegations are drug use, people in and out, that whole thing. But because of this strange... Now, it's not really all that strange. They wrote the law because we didn't have a law before.
Right.
They thought they wrote a tough law. Hey, the idea is if you own a house, you come home, somebody else is squatting in it, then you can complain, and they'll come and they'll get the squatters out. But if you're dead and the person
your
heir for the property is dead as well, then there's nobody to actually make the complaint. So it's just the community going, hey, can you do something about this? And the law enforcement right now is saying, well, until they come up with a new law, no.
Right. Well, the only remedy would be typically in these sorts of situations where there are no new heirs. What they would do is the state would, auction the house off.
Mhm.
And when they do that, then they can kick them out.
Because now there's an owner.
Yes.
Right. So what are squatters' rights? Like if let's say that there was a dwelling and no one had lived there for 20 years and you come across it and you start living there.
Yeah, well, that's
you have the right to live there, right?
That's the premise of it. Since it's abandoned and it's there, you're allowed to move in. But listen, the quality of people that do that,
Oh, are you kidding me? Are you saying that these are not these are not
these aren't
the A-listers?
These aren't millionaires doing it.
So you're saying they're not all that
I'm
clever?
surprised.
Huh?
I'm surprised that any of these squatters' rights still exist. It does seem like an outdated thing. If you go back and look at the history of it, there's a time that it made sense. But at this point, it seems like most people abuse it. If there's an abandoned property and a rundown house and the owner's not around and somebody comes in and fixes it up and 20 years goes by, it's like, okay, that's a different story. But usually it seems like people weasel their way into a property and then just take it over, and that's the end of it. And I don't know why these laws aren't changed.
And they're not smart enough to understand what you just said.
Yeah.
If you squatted in a house, you know what? Fix it up.
Yeah.
Like mow the lawn for the first time in 5 years and make the community go, hey, he doesn't own it, but it looks better now than it used to. Like, why? I guess you were saying, well, the types of people who do this, maybe they don't have maybe they're not maybe they're not visionaries.
Right. Well, that's true, too. And the problem with this loophole, Eric, is that, the people that tend to be squatters are studying the obituaries now.
Yes.
And waiting to see what their next victim will be.
It's an easy way to get a house.
Yeah, but again, if you want it, listen, squatters, listen up.
Hang on, let me tune it in. better.
Squatter hack for you. If you are squatting on property while you're there, make that property nicer. Make the people in the community who have seen it as an eyesore as they drive past for the last 5 years suddenly drive past and go, well, my goodness, somebody mowed the lawn and there's a garden there now. Do something like that, and I think the wheels of justice will at least be a bit kinder to you, especially if no owner shows up.
That's right.
Right? Because can you be thrown out just because you just don't take care of anything? Or is that an HOA thing? Are there laws like, if I just let my house go, never mowed my lawn, at what point do the neighbors have the right to go, look, this guy, we've got like vermin running around all over because
there's some city ordinances that take care of that, and that's linked pretty much to the HOA.
Okay.
So eventually.
So it's on them.
Yes.
Because I've been dreaming of doing that.
Those hoarders will be thrown out of their houses sometimes. And not to make light of that situation, but I've watched the show.
How do you watch that show? I get sick to my stomach. There's something. It's like Tim Andrews in a jar full of buttons.
Oh yeah.
Freaks you out.
Yeah.
I can't. My wife will watch those hoarders things, and I'll be in front of it for just seeing people in the midst of all those boxes. That freaks me out. There's got to be like mice and all kinds of stuff running through there.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's a hazard, which is why they will be thrown out of their house. It's a fire hazard. It's a hazard to them, biological hazards.
I think people need to understand that you should live your life in such a way that you see the least amount of silverfish possible. Like if you're seeing a bunch of silverfish, it probably hasn't worked out the way that you planned it back.
I don't know. They've been popping up here, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because you're cutting your hair. You're cutting your own hair.
Mom
and
Donnie.
It's getting around. That's right. Mom Donnie's about to take over.
Silverfish for all.
Yes,
That's
free silverfish.
Hands them out.
All right.
Carries them around in his pocket.
Andrew Seco is checking on trouble heading south on Georgia 400.
I'm a little more worried about Joro spiders than silverfish. I'm also worried about this trouble spot heading into Roswell. Looks like we're getting out of the right lane of the GM 400 southbound as you're getting towards Holcomb Bridge Road, exit 7. Looks like we're starting to improve, but that back door is still taking you well into Alpharetta. 85 northbound still the biggest trouble spot. We're still blocking a right lane with long-standing trouble. 85 North Steve Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103. You want to keep using Buford Highway as an alternate. That's your fast track in and out of the area. And the brake lights in the downtown connector still looking really tough. 75, 85 north and south. Jam leaving Buckhead all the way through the heart of downtown. Brake lights taking you all the way back into East Point. This sports sponsored by Rapid Radios, their instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. From the Courier Carrier Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
All the notifications you need.
The story developing in Marietta.
All the local and breaking news alerts you need.
We're following breaking news in Atlanta.
All in one place.
The 95.5 WSB app.
Download it today.
Strange noises in your attic? Those critters are not leaving without a fight. The Breda Wildlife Guarantee keeps you protected at no additional cost.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading, seeing, and living through these days, from rate cuts, election season, and now a new administration, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place. You know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in will work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on portfolio x-ray, or click on full retirement plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Not everything in life comes with a guarantee, but for premium local farm fresh sod that comes with a 1-year guarantee, family owned and operated, NG Turf is the only grower to consider. NG Turf sells direct to homeowners. Get your sod from a certified turf professional at ngturf.com.
If you're seeing dust on the baseboards, it's time to call Zerorez Air Duct Cleaning. Mention WSB to get $50 off your next cleaning. Use promo code AIR50 when scheduling online at ZeroRezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, it's the right way to clean.
Save money by getting pre-approved for your next auto loan at Coosa Valley Credit Union. We offer the most competitive interest rates in the market, as low as 3.49 APR when you open an account with direct deposit. This is Andy Harris, President of Coosa Valley Credit Union, inviting you to stop in a branch near you. You'll experience kinder banking with real people, not automation. Plus, with 11 locations in Northwest Georgia, we're always local and nearby.
Contact 706-235-8551 for more details. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Fall is a busy time and selling your home can be overwhelming. Get a guaranteed cash offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Hi, this is Chris Chandler, and I'm excited to talk with my friend Mark of Mark Spain Real Estate. Mark, how does the guaranteed offer eliminate all of the stress for the home seller while also keeping them in control of the process?
The guaranteed offer is simple and stress-free because it's all cash. You don't have a buyer sitting in limbo hoping to get their loan. You don't have to make costly repairs. You choose your closing date, typically within 21 days, and then you move on to the next chapter of your life. It's the easiest and most hassle-free way to sell your home today, period.
Thanks, Mark. It really is that easy, but don't just take my word for it. Mark Spain Real Estate has more than 13,000 five-star reviews, making them the most trusted and experienced real estate team in the U.S. Find out what your guaranteed offer would be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
One more Diddy question before we get to the Nirvana lawsuit that Nirvana has now won. So I read a couple days ago that Diddy was teaching while he was in prison.
Yes.
Is that something lawyers tell him to do? Hey, go teach something because that'll make you look good.
Listen, you advise your client to do anything that's going to put them in a favorable light. And one of those favorable lights is showing redemption and helping the community and teaching people.
Yeah, I think Martha Stewart taught some people some things about home.
Make cupcakes.
Yeah.
You know what he was teaching?
He spent
how to be successful in life.
Yeah. It was more like a motivational kind of thing. Says here the rapper who spent 30 hours a week on the course had a teaching assistant, as in a university class, according to inmates. So there was somebody else who was. There was also a Spanish interpreter. This is from Wall Street Journal. To earn a certificate, students must complete homework assignments, including goal-setting exercises and an essay assignment to incorporate lessons from Combs' own journey. Don't do what I did to get here. And this is from Charles Scruggs, a former inmate. He would grade it and tell you where you need to improve it. He remembered Combs providing pithy quotes, including, "If you're not living, you're dying." And successful people do what unsuccessful people won't do. That seems worth. Well, they got it for free.
Yeah.
It was a free course. So, and they got to hang out with Diddy a little bit. So that probably made their day. Though
successful people will do what unsuccessful people
won't do. That's right.
Yeah, like bring a prostitute across state lines.
That's right. That's right. Or eviscerate the middle class.
Yeah.
We have a lot of successful people doing that. I don't do that. This is from Sky News. Lawsuit over Nirvana album art featuring Naked Baby thrown out for a second time. Spencer Eldon is photographed. We all know the picture. It's the Naked Baby, and there's a fish hook with a dollar bill on it. And I think it's some kind of statement about capitalism. But now, George, this guy didn't win for several reasons. One, very important one, is that in the past, he's tried to make money off of this. And now he comes before the court. I think he took the wrong tact by saying it was child porn and that he was basically subjected to that, being a victim of child porn.
Right.
That was never going to fly. But I want to know this. What I don't understand is, because supposedly they got no money for this. Now, they didn't know it was going to be one of the biggest albums of all time, obviously. This became everywhere all the time. Everybody saw this in the early 90s. It was ubiquitous. How can an adult, even a parent, consent for an infant? How can anybody consent, especially something like this, where you are revealed? How could you possibly know that, my kid's going to be fine with that when they're 25? I understand why he lost, because he's tried to make money off of this. It's hard to try to make money off something and then come back later and say, this has damaged me mentally, right? So I get why he missed it. But as a premise, all the way around, how is it that in our law we think that it's possible for an adult to consent for an infant?
Well, the parents are, in most jurisdictions, are deemed to be the guardians of the child. And as guardians, they're allowed to make certain decisions, supposedly for his well-being, or in the artistic world to promote him, or to engage in a contract, or to approve something. And apparently you got approved somewhere.
Yeah, I heard they didn't get a lot of money or any money. I just don't understand. I don't understand how anybody can consent for an infant. And I know the best argument back to me is, well, he's got a sickness and the doctors have to ask for the right to be able to give him medication, right? That's consenting for an infant.
Yes, exactly.
So I can see in that sense. But this guy deserved to lose, in my opinion, because he's tried to make money off it in the past. But I could see a case where somebody just became 22 and they're like, that's just embarrassing as hell to me. And you should be able to sue your parents. All right, George Stein, tell people how they can get more George Stein.
Yes, in your time of need, if you want a battle-tested lawyer, remember this, we focus on two things. Been arrested for a DUI and want an excellent defense? Go to georgestein.com. Been in a motorcycle accident? If somebody's caused you to lay your bike down, go to steelhorselaw.com.
Thank you, George Stein. Have a great weekend. Once again, this hour's keyword for the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz is FUN fun. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBradio.com/cash for your chance to win $1,000. Andrew Seco says, hey, there's better news on 85 North in Duluth.
Long-standing trouble spot finally cleared out of those right lanes. 85 North, Stephen Rhodes Boulevard, exit 103. Brake lights thinning out very nicely. Still a little bit slow inside the perimeter, but we will speed up with some time here. Found a little bit of trouble. Downtown connector 75, 85 North and South. The volume's starting to pick up between 17th Street all the way down to University Avenue and going to pour through the jam cam. See what the holdup is getting inside the perimeter on I-20 eastbound. Something jamming you up with some brake lights all the way back towards 285. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Two houses, same neighborhood, nearly identical on paper, but one had an orchard sign and it sold for a lot more. So what gives? Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. The first seller went the trad route. Agent, open houses, price drops, long size, and eventually they gave in and settled for less. The second seller, they went with Orchard. Orchard didn't just list the home, they launched it. Their local agent knew which upgrades would get attention, brought in the right team, and handled everything like a well-oiled home selling machine. Oh, and they also let the seller move first with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program. That means no showings while living in a half-packed house, no buyers judging your choice of throw pillows, just peace, quiet, and top dollar. One got stress, the other got smart. Don't settle. Sell the smart way with Orchard. Start with a free home valuation at orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
Every day you wait, that cracked sidewalk gets worse. That busted driveway isn't just ugly, it's a safety hazard and it hurts your home's value. Hi, I'm Bill Sudlow with Sudlow Concrete, Atlanta's market leader in quality and value. From driveways and patios to sidewalks and foundations, we handle it all with integrity. Don't put it off another season. Let's replace something old with something strong, smooth, and beautiful. Visit SudlowConcrete.com today. That's SudlowConcrete.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top story, the sentence for Sean Diddy Combs.
CBS News special report. Sean Diddy Combs is sentenced to just over 4 years in prison. CBS's John Dickerson with details.
The 55-year-old was convicted back in July on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs had pleaded not guilty to all charges and was acquitted of 2 more serious charges, sex trafficking and racketeering, which would have led to a potential life sentence.
The judge said a lengthy sentence was needed because he was unconvinced that if Combs is released, these crimes won't happen again. Katrina Kaufman was in the courtroom.
What was striking when the sentence was finally read is how still Sean Combs was. He just sat there, his hands clasped, looking down.
Moments before he addressed the court and apologized, calling his past behavior disgusting, shameful, and sick, and said domestic violence is a burden he'll have to carry for the rest of his life. CBS News Special Report. I'm Stacey Lynn.
75 degrees in Atlanta. Any chance for some drought-busting rain? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A 2-week deadline is set to find a new prosecutor in the Fulton County election interference case against involving President Trump. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee today giving the 14-day deadline to the Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia. If they can't meet that deadline, the case could be dismissed. Hamas responds to President Trump's ceasefire plan for Gaza. CBS's Ed O'Keefe reports Hamas accepts it in principle but wants to make changes.
Sources knowledgeable with the talks tell us that Hamas has accepted and is ready to enter into further negotiations to discuss the 20-point proposal that was put forth by the White House earlier this week that was accepted by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. They said in part in a statement out of concern to stop the aggression and the genocidal war being waged against our steadfast people in the Gaza Strip and stemming from our national responsibility. In essence, Hamas is ready to talk.
President Trump is now telling Israel to immediately stop bombing Gaza for these ceasefire talks. Hispanic journalist Mario Guevara has left the United States. The Committee to Protect Journalists says he was deported on a flight early this morning. This comes after a federal court refused to block his deportation. Guevara's legal team says he was in the country legally on the path to getting a green card when he was detained while reporting at a DeKalb County immigration protest in June. DeKalb police are searching for a band of burglars. WSB's Sabrina Cupid reports the crew has hit a number of homes on the south side of the county.
From surveillance video, it appears to be juveniles or young men in their early 20s. They cover outside security cameras before breaking in. The break-ins typically happening between 7 p.m. and 5 a.m. These bandits have been stealing electronics, jewelry, guns, money. Blaine Clark with DeKalb Police says they even took a vest that says U.S. Marshals in one of the break-ins.
These individuals are considered armed and dangerous. If the public sees something in their community that seems out of place in the evening and overnight hours, they are urged to call 911 immediately.
We have posted video of the suspects at WSBRadio.com.
Actor Tyrese Gibson is booked into the Fulton County Jail today in an animal cruelty case. A Buckhead neighbor says Gibson's dogs roamed freely and killed his dog. The Fast and Furious star is charged with cruelty to animals. He's been released on $20,000 bond. Gibson says he is shocked, devastated, and heartbroken for the family who lost their dog. With help from Georgia and 17 other states, federal investigators take down a bogus charity.
Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr calls it unconscionable. The organization CarsRUs.com raised more than $45 million from car donations, including almost $1 million from Georgia, with the promise that it would help patients receive breast cancer screenings. But less than 0.5% of those funds were actually donated. The Attorney General says his office helped in the investigation, and the organization's co-owner is permanently banned from future fundraising. He says anyone with questions about a charity can get more information at the AG's Consumer Protection Division website. Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 5:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Andrew Seco.
Brake lights, and even more brake lights through Midtown downtown. Still not the worst we've seen on a Friday afternoon, but that does not mean we're in good shape. Jammed either direction between East Point all the way up past Midtown and into the Buckhead area. Seen some brake lights as far back as 400 southbound towards Lenox Road. Really tough one through the heart of the city. Have some trouble in a right lane. Got a crash. I-20 eastbound at Lowry Boulevard, exit 55A. Backdoor taking you all the way to Holmes Drive. 20 westbound leaving Glenwood Avenue, merging onto the connector, on and off that brake pedal, trying to get to where you need to go. And some unusual brake lights we usually don't see. Going to look through the cameras, see what the holdup is here. Jam 285 south the Interloop, leaving Lawrenceville Highway on your way down towards Ponce de Leon Avenue, exit number 40. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening, sunset around 7:20. Temperatures will be in the low 70s at that time, cooling down into the mid-50s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Increasing cloud cover on Sunday, but mainly dry. Morning low 64, afternoon high 79. Monday and Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies with a few hit or miss rain showers possible. Morning lows in the mid-60s, daytime highs in the mid to upper 70s. Only only about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rainfall expected through the middle of next week.
Right now it's 74 in Stone Mountain, also 74 in Powder Springs. It's 75 in Cartersville. More news at 6 o'clock, breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Fall is a busy time, and selling your home can be overwhelming. Get a guaranteed cash offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can receive the strongest cash offer in the industry and move when you're ready. Mark Spain Real Estate has more than 13,000 five-star reviews, so you can trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home quickly and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Having trouble getting in to see the doctor? Wait no longer. All Care is here. All Care is expert immediate care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs at 15 Atlanta area locations. And best of all, we are fully staffed and ready for you when you need us. Same-day appointments are available and walk-ins are welcomed. Or schedule an appointment at allcare-ga.com. Say goodbye to waiting to see the doctor and say hello to All Care, a proud member of the Piedmont Integrated Network Clinic.
Don't let a DUI ruin your life. Hire the attorney that other attorneys hire. GeorgeStein.com.
My name is Maria. Okay, I lied. It's Mary. But I'm feeling more European after my European-style holiday on MSC Cruises. The ristoranti, I mean restaurants, nightlife and shops in La Galleria. And of course, American touches, like a sports bar and water slides. Ah, bellissimo. Okay, this is a problem.
Book now starting from $229, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
If you've ever organized your closet only to have it look like a bomb went off in there 1 month later, then it's time to call Artisan Custom Closets. Reach-in closets, walk-in closets, pantry spaces, garages. With a custom spacious closet from Artisan, you'll never have to deal with all that clutter again. All your stuff neatly organized and designed to stay that way. Call the Closet Bomb Squad, Artisan Custom Closets. They'll diffuse your clutter and make it safe to enter your closet again. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
Well, we got some news in concerning yours truly. It's not great news. Apparently, my publisher just called, and my new book, The Life of a Showboy, has been pushed back. It's been paused. It's not being released.
What?
I can't believe it myself, but apparently there was a spelling error in there.
They don't care about that stuff anymore. You know how many books I see with spelling errors?
Well, I've got a publisher. Listen, what he said, that's what I said to my publisher. My publisher said back to me, Eric, it's only 5 pages long. One error is a lot. So they're going to pull them back. And I think now we're looking for a Christmas release of the Life of a Showboy.
That makes more sense.
It
Stocking stuffer.
Yeah, try to get it out by December 1st so people can get it in their stockings.
That's what but I want it to be one of those large coffee table books.
Yeah.
How big is your stocking?
I have a big one.
Okay. Wow. Not the first time you've said that, huh?
No, never heard it.
Well, if others don't say it, you got to start saying it.
Yeah.
You know, what do they say? Speak it into existence.
Fake it till you make it.
I like speak it into existence.
That's a little nicer.
Hey,
or just get those internet pills. That'll do the job too.
Yeah.
Just kidding, it won't. That's not real advice.
Okay, well, what are you afraid somebody's going to listen to you on the radio and go get pills on the internet?
You never know. The guy on the radio said that the pills.
Yeah,
the guy on the radio said the pills work, and now I have heart disease.
It was worth it.
Now that you're a full-on New Yorker, and we know that because
18 years almost.
Yeah, you no longer root for the Braves; you root for the Mets. And now that the Mets had this incredible, I didn't even follow baseball, and I know what an amazing collapse it was, and how much money the payroll and all that.
I love it.
Are you? You love it. Are you watching? Do you suddenly pull for the Yankees, or do you hate the Yankees? Because I like them for today because I'm able to say on an FCC-controlled station, I can talk about the baseball pitcher Schlittler.
It was quite the performance. Going back to the Mets thing quickly,
yes.
I like it because if I'm going to be a fan of the Mets, what better way to start being a fan of the Mets than to have that epic collapse during the season? Like,
now
that
you've
is what
had
that team does.
Now you know. Now you're a seasoned.
I'm in.
You're a seasoned fan. So what did this guy?
Yes,
he didn't throw a shutout.
But the Yankees, I like the Yankees, and he was great last night.
He's
It
a
was
rookie,
quite the
right?
Performance.
Yeah, 8
Are you-
shutout innings.
Are you talking about Schlittler? Because
am.
I can say Schlittler on the radio whenever he plays games like this. So I'm a big fan. It's kind of like the S word and Hitler. I don't want to do that to the. I don't want to do that to the poor kid. But they used to.
Other people have. They've done it his whole
Oh.
life, so you don't have to worry.
But I mean, when you go, sports is show business, and people used to change their name. He's just what's his first name? Kai or something?
Cam.
Cam. He should have gone with McKay. Cam McKay or something. You know how like news anchors and stuff for a while they would change their names,
Yeah.
and make them more Americanized. I think that before he went to the big leagues, before he left college, he should have thought, you know what? I'm getting rid of this last name. From now on, I'm Cam Sweden.
Neutral.
Yeah, neutral.
My Americanized last name is another country's
That's right.
actual name.
Schlittler.
That L is doing a lot of work.
It's doing a lot of work on both ends.
All the heavy lifting.
On both ends, it is.
I would have changed it. It was the same. It's the same thing I brought up with Penix on the Falcons. Just
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah, that
just
one
change the
though.
spelling. You could keep
But
it.
his
You
name-
could keep the pronunciation, but it could be Pennex, and then you just get away from it. You
That's
get
right.
away from
Yeah.
it.
But then aren't you walking away from your entire family, generations of Schlittlers who have
They'll forgive you.
oh my.
They might commend
Cam Swan.
They might like you for finally standing up to your ancestors and changing the name that caused them embarrassment for so many years.
Well, wherever it came from, it wasn't embarrassing. Like it meant something.
German. It's German, possibly referring to the maker of sleds.
Yeah, because
from Schlitten, meaning sled. in
is
German.
is it uniquely German that because a lot of their names or that area, Germany, Austria, like Schwarzenegger is Plowman or something. Like like the names were very much attached to what your family did for a living. And is that uniquely from that part of the world?
I think it exists in a lot of parts of the world.
Because I don't know what Hessler
Smith?
means. I don't know what Hessler means.
You're a blacksmith.
Smith is yeah. There must have been a lot of blacksmiths back then.
Oh, they had a lot of kids.
They had a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah.
And they were usually rather robust fellows. So it took
my,
a lot.
my last name, Russ in German, apparently is something along the lines of soot. So it was like a smith of sorts. So
Yeah.
I have a very apparently boring last name. All those Smiths out there. I'm just the Smith of German.
Well, I don't know. Soot. Wouldn't that? Do you come from a long line of German chimney sweepers?
Charcoal burners? I don't know.
Your name comes from swampy woodland, hazel, or weaver.
Oh, we were probably weavers.
Yeah.
But the Von, which used to be Von is my actual middle name, but the name used to be von Hessler, which I
Does that
believe
mean land baron?
I believe it means House of Hessler.
House
Isn't
of the
Von-
swampy woodland.
That's which, by the way, is one of my favorite animal songs. There is a house in the swampy woodlands they call the Von Hessler.
I bet it's more the person involved in weaving or textile production.
You see me more as a textile type
Sure.
of weaver.
Yes.
Well, what do I do here? Like
weave.
Trump, we weave, right?
You weave,
Don't
that's
you
right.
weave? Are you from the Weavers?
Well, I do weave. Trump means, it comes Drumpf, right? That was
Yes,
my original name.
Yes. Drumpf?
Drumpf.
Was that the original name?
I think it was DRU.
Yes.
Yeah.
And was that
that was a big thing with the protests? People would write that on.
Oh,
their
now did his dad change it or his granddad? Because his dad was Trump. Because his dad was relatively famous in his day. He made Trump's dad was, some say, a slumlord, and to the point that supposedly he is referenced in a Woody Guthrie song and referred to as Trump the Slumlord. And somebody look that up. Let's see what Woody Guthrie song did the name check Trump's father as a slumlord? So we know at least back then it was Trump. So it wasn't changed by Donald Trump.
Probably no. I just looked that up. Apparently, it was changed before his grandfather even immigrated to the U.S. in 1885.
He just didn't like the way it looked. Doesn't look good. Doesn't
Yeah,
look
I know,
good.
I get
Doesn't
it.
look good.
It sneaks good.
Fred Trump was referenced in a Woody Guthrie song called Old Man Trump.
Wow. What year? Like
1954, a protest against Trump's discriminatory housing practices at the Beach Haven apartment complex in Brooklyn.
So he wrote the song.
Well known,
huh?
It was very well known, huh? Everyone knew that this was happening.
Well,
and Arlo Guthrie wrote a song about me. Coming into Los Angeles,
bringing in a couple of keys.
Don't touch my bags,
Mr. What is it, Mr.
Customs man?
So it sounds like Woody Guthrie wrote the song specifically for that rally. So he wasn't really. So he like showed up. He would just write songs for you. Hey, you mad at somebody? Get Woody Guthrie. He'll write you a song, and he'll show up and he'll sing it at your rally. I think that was like the cameo of its day.
Yeah.
You know, people like Woody Guthrie. Yeah, I'll write you a folk song. Who do you hate?
The lyrics are, I suppose that old man Trump knows just how much racial hate he stirred up in the blood pot of human hearts when he drawed that color line
Wow.
here at his Beach Haven family project.
So I guess it's an area where no black people were allowed to live there.
That was the gripe.
That's pretty cool that people like Woody Guthrie were fighting the good fight back in like 1954. It's pretty, you think of like there was nobody. When I think of the 50s, it's like, Chuck Berry and people are starting to dance a little bit and, but you don't think of, like this. That's about the time that like MLK is getting out of college, right? And maybe just starting his career, right? I mean, MLK started his career in the early 50s, I think. He was he was well known enough that I know that he had a advice column in, I think, Essence or Jet or Ebony. I'm not sure which one. So, and that was like 56, 57, 58, somewhere in there. So he was already known. But it's kind of cool that white dudes were writing folk songs back in 1954 against the Trumps.
And in the 50s, the Federal Housing Administration purposefully wanted to prevent integration.
Purposefully wanted to prevent, right, yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's all the stories, and you know these stories, Greg, about New York. Something about the bridges or whatever were made so that the buses couldn't get from one part of the city to other parts of the city, and it was all about non-integration.
And a lot of the highways were built that way, too.
That's what I mean. I like that
they
story.
cut off the South Bronx with the highways.
Okay.
I mean, there was a lot of that went on with infrastructure here. If there was a...
Because you live in a racist city, Greg, that's why. No rebuttal?
Sure.
It's just like, I go after his city and some kind of Mets booster you are, my friend.
Mom died.
I mean, the history of a lot of American cities, there's a lot of racism in it. So how are you going to deny it? Like,
Not Atlanta. Not Atlanta.
No, not at all.
Andrew Seco is checking on a crash on I-20 heading downtown.
The Von Hessler effect is alive and well. We set it up. Y'all knock him down. We had a right lane blocked. It is just cleared. All lanes back open. 20 eastbound Lowry Boulevard, exit 55A. Already seen the brake lights improving as you get inside the perimeter. We do have some brake lights on the downtown connector, but then again, when do we not? Especially on a Friday afternoon, 75, 85 north and southbound, jammed between East Point all the way up past Midtown. We're seeing that brake light battle all the way back into Buckhead. Elsewhere, looks like we did have some trouble, but we're seeing some lesser brake lights than we've seen most of the afternoon. I-20 eastbound, still a little bit slow, leaving 285 in our way towards Panola Road, exit 71. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
It pays to have the WSB radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances every weekday to win $1,000.
$1,000 on WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is Monday at 8 a.m.
That is awesome.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now.
Hey, I have got an exclusive, money-saving, $29 offer to keep your family safe and warm. Hey, it's Chris Chandler for TE, Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. After my fall checkup, I have total peace of mind, and you can too. New TE Certified customers pay just $29 for a fall checkup. But hurry, offer ends October 31st.
TE Certified, we love your home.
The food
foods we eat can be downright bad for our health. This is Sue from Bread Beckers with Sue's Healthy Minute. I have a degree in food science, and for more than 30 years, I've been teaching the truth about real bread. Not the stuff you buy at the store. I'm talking real bread made with freshly milled flour. When you buy bread from the store, take a look at the ingredients. Enriched flour means that the nutritious bran and germ has been removed to improve the shelf life. Then a few B vitamins and iron are added back to replace the multitude of nutrients lost. That's not enrichment in my book. And today, that label may even read contains bioengineered food ingredients. Food should never be bioengineered. At Bread Beckers in Woodstock, we can teach you how to make real bread loaded with fiber and nutrients. A delicious, healthy, affordable solution that can improve your health and change your life. Visit breadbeckers.com or our Bread Beckers store in Woodstock.
He's a world arm wrestling champion, Michael Todd.
I'm globally known as Monster Michael Todd. I'm 52 years old. I've won 23 world titles and 36 national titles.
This tough guy never backs down, but a horrible bicep injury almost ended his career. Enter QC Kinetics and life-changing regenerative treatments.
Most people thinking that I'd never be able to compete again. Within 8 months, I became number 5 overall in the world. Now I'm marching towards that number 1 spot.
So how did he do it?
I'm a big regenerative medicine kind of guy. Once I found out about QC Kinetics, I wanted to try their protocol.
Those treatments use a patient's own orthobiologics concentrated and placed into the troubled area to help heal and restore the damage. No scalpels or harmful meds, just long-term relief.
QC Kinetics definitely have helped me be able to live this dream and be able to do what I want to do and continue to do it for a lot more years.
When the others say, time for surgery, you're finished. Not so fast. Call QC Kinetics. The consultation's totally free.
Call QC Kinetics, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
You're ready for a new deck, but don't know where to start. You can DIY, use an unlicensed chuck in a truck, an overpriced luxury designer, or you can choose us. Hi, I'm Scott Nelson, owner of Nelson Exteriors, and we do decks differently. We build beautiful, high-end decks at a reasonable price with lots of options. We're licensed and insured. We'll work with the materials you choose and stay within your budget. Call Nelson Exteriors for an extraordinary deck renovation. Google Nelson Exteriors.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But what if you could get both? Why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare, and that is Medi-Share. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with Medi-Share, and that's huge, but it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. We know this from research of members. There's a lot they like about Medi-Share, but especially they love being part of something they believe in. And Medi-Share works, too. It has for more than 30 years. There are hundreds of thousands of members who love having telehealth if they need it. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or you're part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
All right, we don't have a lot of time, Greg, if it's okay with you.
I guess.
And Tim and George Clark. I thought maybe we'd listen to a couple open mics. See what the people think.
Hey, Eric and crew. Daily podcast listener here. Quick note, my wife just joined the Navy, and with the government shutdown, we may be back to one paycheck, which is rough. But when you chanted, government shutdown clock, it made me laugh and brightened my day so much. So thanks for the lift.
Government.
It is 12:11 here in the Kingdom of Roswell.
Government shutdown clock. Government shutdown clock. Government shutdown clock. Still up there.
2 days, 17 hours, 53 minutes, and 47 seconds.
Yeah, but now it's 49 seconds, 50. I can't keep up with that. I can't keep up with the government shutdown clock. Government shutdown clock. Government shutdown clock. Hey, let's
Sounds
shut
like the
down.
opening to a Broadway musical.
It does.
Government shutdown clock.
We should have large sticks in our hand that we're pounding against the government shut.
I do like the way you built. That's the way it would build on stage. You say it first, and
Yeah.
then the rest of the chorus
Then they
comes in.
slowly come in behind me, and before you
Yeah.
know it, the crowd is like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe how entertained I am right now." I've never
You
seen.
can add on 2 days. For sure, because of the weekend.
Oh, boy.
Well, yeah, they're not coming back. It's going to be at least
No,
a week.
so-
It's going to be at least a week, I believe. I like when
That's
people.
exciting stuff. That clock's going to get pretty high.
Yeah, it's 'cause I'm going to keep watching it too. Why don't they keep it on during the commercials?
Why don't we get the app? And that way it's always showing you.
Government shutdown app.
Government shutdown app.
Government shutdown app. Andrew Seco is checking in on the South Side Ride.
And we're looking at a little bit of volume as you're out of Locust Grove. Y'all crack me up. 75 northbound, on and off that pedal, leaving Bill Gardner Parkway. Finally letting you go at Jodico Road, exit 222. Got a smooth ride after that on your way down towards 285. The biggest spot, though, remains the downtown connector, 75, 85 north and southbound. A lot of extra brake lights between East Point through the heart of Midtown. No crashes or stalls reported, just the car in front of you right now. Bit of a tough one as you're trying to get in and out of the heart of the city. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Welcome to Window Wisdom with North Georgia Replacement Windows. Today we're talking about long-term decisions with window and door experts Ted Kirk and Jonathan Cullum, owners of North Georgia Replacement Windows. You guys are passionate about helping homeowners with your Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows. Why all the focus on this window?
Well, we want all of our customers to have the very best for their homes, and all of our experience in the window and door business has led us to this one window that outperforms all others.
How long do Infinity from Marvin windows last?
There's a reason we say Infinity fiberglass windows are a decision you'll only need to make once. They're the most durable material available, paired with the most advanced installation techniques by our certified installers.
What if something does happen? What is the warranty on the Infinity windows?
Infinity from Marvin carries a limited lifetime warranty backed by Marvin, who's been in the business for over 100 years. We also include a lifetime service warranty, which means if you ever have a problem with a window or door, we'll fix it for free.
Do you have to replace a minimum quantity of windows at one time?
Absolutely not. Unlike our competitors, we'll replace as many or as few windows as you like at one time.
So what type of special offers are you running this month?
We have some big discounts available right now. Please visit the special section of our website for more info. We've also partnered with some financing companies for flexible payment options to help make our windows and doors more affordable.
Thank you, Ted and Jonathan, for helping to simplify the window shopping process. To schedule your free consultation, visit them online at ngwindows.com. Check out this month's special offers with huge discounts and flexible payment plans, saving you money and making it easier to put the very best windows in your home. Act quickly. These are limited time offers. Log on to ngwindows.com and click on the special offers tab. ngwindows.com.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah!
Hey, it's Shelley Winter for Virtual Imaging. Ladies and gentlemen, when I first heard the virtual imaging ads, I had to schedule an appointment. So I went ahead and scheduled a complimentary heart scan for myself and my spouse with a few minimum requirements. That first scan, my numbers were high, but I did everything the doctors told me to do. I lost weight, I ate better, and I exercised. And ladies and gentlemen, I went back for my second scan, and my numbers were much, much better. Please, take your health seriously. Call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-7226. Or go to virtualimagingatl.com right now. They do brain scans, core body scans, and they've been around 15 years, so they know what they're doing. And they've saved so many lives. Please, ladies and gentlemen, call 770-678-SCAN or 770-678-7226.
Every day you wait, that cracked sidewalk gets worse. That busted driveway isn't just ugly, it's a safety hazard and it hurts your home's value. Hi, I'm Bill Sudlow with Sudlow Concrete, Atlanta's market leader in quality and value. From driveways and patios to sidewalks and foundations, we handle it all with integrity. Don't put it off another season. Let's replace something old with something strong, smooth, and beautiful. Visit SudlowConcrete.com today. That's SudlowConcrete.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. news, weather,
Traffic. 95.5 WSB. Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, the clock is ticking to find a new prosecutor in the Fulton County election interference case involving President Trump.
Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee is slapping a 2-week deadline on the Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia to name a new prosecutor in the election meddling case against Donald Trump and associates. This after the state Supreme Court refused to hear DA Fani Willis's appeal of her controversial disqualification. Now, this deadline is notable because the last time the council had to name a prosecutor in this case, the fake elector accusations against Lieutenant Governor Jones, it took nearly 2 years. The judge says if no one is named in 14 days, the case is dismissed but can be revived later. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is now expected to testify next month before a state Senate committee investigating her conduct during the indictment of President Trump. She previously refused to testify, but Republican State Senator Greg Dolezal says Willis now will appear under oath November 13th before the Special Committee on Investigations. Dolezal is among several members of that panel running for a statewide office next year. It is 76 degrees in Atlanta, dropping into the 50s tomorrow morning. Are there any weekend rain chances? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Sean Diddy Combs is sentenced to more than 4 years in prison on prostitution-related charges. CBS's Jerika Duncan reports from outside the courthouse in New York, where Combs addressed the court before sentencing today.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and he said moments ago, I want to personally apologize to all of the victims of domestic violence. He said, quote, I hate myself right now. I was stripped to nothing. And when it comes to that video of him beating Cassie, he said, I was sick on drugs. I was out of control. I needed help. I make no excuses. I knew better.
Combs is also fined $500,000 and will be on supervised release for 5 years once he leaves prison. Actor Tyrese Gibson turns himself in to face animal cruelty charges in Fulton County and is released on bond.
The charges stem from an alleged attack by Gibson's dogs in his Buckhead neighborhood. An attorney for the Fast and Furious star says despite what others might say, Gibson has cooperated fully throughout the entire process and will continue to do so until the matter is resolved. Harrison Parker says he found his 5-year-old dog Henry dead in his driveway after letting him out in his yard with an invisible fence.
There he was, just this little pile of fur.
Residents say Gibson's dogs roam freely in the neighborhood. In a statement, Gibson offers his deepest condolences to the family who lost their dog and asks for privacy in the matter. Jennifer Perry, 95.5 WSB.
Hamas responds to President Trump's peace plan, saying it would release all remaining hostages if Israel gets out of Gaza. Correspondent Ian Pannell reports Hamas says it is ready to negotiate.
They're agreeing to some of the elements in there, but they seem to be adding their own conditions, and there's a lot of detail there that isn't mentioned. They say that they're, in principle, ready to agree to the release of the hostages, according to the exchange formula contained in President Trump's proposal, but they say provided that the field conditions for the exchange are met.
Atlanta police are investigating a shooting that leaves 3 people with gunshot wounds. 2 of the victims are now critical. It happened at an apartment complex on Verdant Drive in northwest Atlanta, but officers say when they got there, they realized the victims had already been dropped off at Grady Hospital. It's not clear what led to the shooting, and no information has been released about suspects. The government shutdown will continue at least into next week.
The motion upon reconsideration is not agreed to.
The Senate once again rejects a Republican bill passed in the House. The Senate now adjourned until Monday. DeKalb police are asking for the public's help in finding those responsible for a series of break-ins in several neighborhoods in the southern part of the county. Police say the suspects should be considered armed and dangerous. The burglaries typically happen in the dusk and overnight hours between 7 p.m. and 5 a.m. The suspects are stealing electronics, jewelry, guns, and money. It is 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Andrew Seco.
What a busy day here on the Atlanta roads. Got a really tough one for most of this Friday afternoon. Now we're starting to slow down, or I should say speed up around the Metro Atlanta area. That volume's starting to thin out, with the exception of the downtown connector, but that's always the last place to go. 75, 85 north and southbound jammed, leaving East Point all the way up into Midtown. Southbound out of Buckhead, you're jammed all the way down towards I-20. A little slow, 85 northbound, leaving 285 east and west. You're taking the brake lights up towards Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. And a little slow, leaving Sandy Springs. Something new might be jamming you up, some unusual brake lights. Going to look through those jam cams, see what the holdup is here. 285 east, the inner loop at Chamblee-Dunwoody Road, exit 30. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening, sunset around 7:20. Temperatures will be in the low 70s at that time, cooling down into the mid-50s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Increasing cloud cover on Sunday, but mainly dry. Morning low 64, afternoon high 79. Monday and Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies with a few hit-or-miss rain showers possible. Morning lows in the mid-60s, daytime highs in the mid to upper 70s. Only about half an inch to 1 inch of rainfall expected through the middle of next week.
76 in Norcross, 78 in Stockbridge, and 72 in Woodstock. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
That's right, Caiaccio. Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins, and it begins right now. Hey, Greg, you've played your way into your inning. You've been here for quite some time. Well, it means is we actually have gotten to the time in the show where normally I would turn and say Greg Russ is joining us with stories from Studio B1. Oh, what are you going to tell me? You showed up empty-handed? Are you saying, oh, I got here early, but I came with nothing?
I've got no stories. I can tell you that Stephen King is the most banned author in U.S. schools.
How do you feel about that, Stephen King?
Gus, I think that's terrible.
I was reading
He's not
this.
the most banned. So as an author, he's the most banned author. If you're wondering, the most banned book, though, is A Clockwork Orange. So that's top of the list. And then all books by Stephen King is under that.
All books.
Banned 206 times across school districts.
That's actually
in the
not.
United States.
If you think about all the school districts in the United States, and was this within a year period of time or something? Because
2024 to 2025.
Okay, so that's a lot, but it's not that much. Now, here's the thing. I was reading this, and I could tell that listen, I'm for free speech. I want people to read. We don't have enough people who are reading anything. But I do think that there is some nuance here. Now, are we talking about 16 plus? I think that's a little bit different. But, I mean, if you check out Carrie from the school library at 11, you might get knocked out with a few things that you weren't. I mean, I don't know. It's not going to ruin your life. You may fall in love with a book, and you may become a reader for the rest of your life. Clockwork Orange, I've never read the book. Who could? Who's even going to understand that? Isn't it all done in that alternative language?
Is that Anthony Burgess?
Yeah. And it's
it
all
does
done
have
in
its own dictionary so you can understand.
Okay, you know what? This is what I say about Clockwork Orange. Most of the people on the school boards that are banning it have never read it. Most of the people in school are never going to check it out. And I say, look, if you're smart enough to be able to read a book that's written in a nonsense language that you, I guess, I guess,
well, brother.
I suppose maybe let that person find that book. They're equipped to read it, and most, I mean, especially now, with the short attention spans brought on by, the nonstop drip of the social media apps, even less
your
so.
5-page book is too long, I think.
Yeah,
that's what cut it down to 2.5.
That's what my publisher's telling me.
That'll be the abridged version.
He said, Eric, people are interested in your new book, Life of a Showboy, but you got to cut it down. 5 pages is too much. TLDR is what
2.5
what he
pages
said
with
to
the
me.
Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
Cliff Notes
Well,
is
there's
3 sentences.
There's also acknowledged. There's a page of the. There's 6 pages acknowledgement. So I didn't throw that one in there. But here's my
What's the
point. My point is,
dedication?
should every to Greg Russ, of course, my muse and my friend and muse, Greg Russ. Should every book be available to all kids in schools? This is a question. Like the article was written as if they were talking about the local library, not a school library.
I got
Should
Stephen
there be no
King
rules
books at the town library when I was a kid. They weren't at the school library.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Are people saying now that every book should be available to every 4th grader? Or, I mean, aren't there some parameters here on that? One of the books I read when I was a teenager, Judy Blume's Forever. I still remember it. And
she had a couple of adult books.
And by the way, there's a reason that I probably look. My mom was like, Dad had left. My mom was going through her Cosmo years. And so in my life, my mom was, when I was 13 or 14, she's like, you should read this. So that's the kind of, and it was written for people like me, but it had a very sexual kind of coming of age. And there was, I do remember one thing about it is the guy had named his stuff. Can't remember what he named it. But, I mean, that's pretty, do you really want a 12-year-old getting that book? I don't know. I'm not a prude. I'm just saying when we write these stories about authors being banned in libraries, I'm just asking the question, isn't there a difference between school libraries and
There's a big difference.
libraries?
And it's not that they're banned, they're just not put out on the shelf.
Well, it could be a ban would be that somebody put it in. So some librarian ordered it, right? I doubt it's just a list of books that you can't order. So if you're saying, like 200 sometimes, a Stephen King book in the last year or so? So
when I worked in
somebody ordered it, put it in, and then it was taken back out.
When I worked at the library for a little while, when I think I was a junior.
Were you married to Jimmy Stewart?
No.
He works at the library.
I got in trouble and I had to do some stuff. So I was there helping the librarian at the high school.
Throwing eggs at cars, huh?
Something like that. And I noticed they had all the copies of Fahrenheit 451 were in the back. And I asked the librarian, why aren't those out on the shelf for people? And he goes, well, if you want to read it, you can. That's all he said.
Now, that was the school library or the library?
The high school library.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never read Fahrenheit 451.
I don't remember it, but I read it.
I saw the movie, which was, maybe I should watch it again. Was it good? It kind of felt like a TV movie. It kind of felt like a TV movie.
It was good.
It's hard to know. I remember at the end of the movie, everybody's walking around a park, and they're all reciting their favorite books over and over and over again so they can remember their books because they've all been burnt.
Yes.
I thought that was kind of a cool scene. But there's a couple of really good books that I've read, and the movie versions come off to me more like TV
novellas.
Movies. Well, no, like the Vonnegut Slaughterhouse. Was it Slaughterhouse 5?
Yeah, that was also in the back. All the Vonnegut books were in the back.
So Slaughterhouse 5 is a really wild, great book. Fun and wild and poignant. And that movie, I thought, is not terrible, but it just looks like a TV movie. It doesn't look like a cinematic kind of movie.
They haven't made one good movie based on his books. Although everybody hated Breakfast of Champions, but that actually I thought was good.
Yeah, who was in that?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis and what's
Tay
his
Diggs.
name? Nick Nolte, I think, was in it
No, Nick
too.
Nolte's in Good Evening, Mrs. Rosewater.
Right. Well, you were saying, Greg, it is probably very difficult to do a Vonnegut book in cinema. Or were you just talking about any books?
No, I meant Vonnegut books. Though, as we know, most cinema doesn't quite live up to the books.
Well, look, the
There are
books are
instances,
700
I'm sure,
pages
but-
long. You got 2 hours. Things have to be, it can be done badly or it can be done well. But, I mean, it's you're not going to be able to put every scene from a 700-page book into a 2-hour movie. It's just not going to happen. Here's the reason I think that Vonnegut books are very difficult to turn into good movies, and that's because he uses the medium of it being a book is so central to the book itself. You could not do that. If I'm like an Uber director, you say, how would you do a book by Kurt Vonnegut? My decision would be to the film has to be aware of the fact that it's a film in the same way that something like Breakfast of Champions is aware of the fact that it's a book.
Right. And I was wrong. It was Mother Night, and that one was actually true to the book.
Was it a good?
Yeah,
Was it
John
good?
Goodman, Nick Nolte, and it's set in a prison, where the Nazis are, after the war, they're in a prison.
Everybody should, at some point, read Breakfast of Champions and Slaughterhouse 5. They kind of go together to me. And I read Slaughterhouse 5
Sirens
first.
of Titan.
That was his first, wasn't it? Is that the corporate one?
Player Piano is
Player
his first.
Piano is the one. I've never read Sirens of Titan. Player Piano I read, and I've read, it was such a long time ago, but there's a lot of like corporation humor. They're off on retreats and stuff. I remember them putting on plays and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
It's
It's also the most typical book he wrote.
Yeah, because it's his first
in terms of narrative. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's the first one.
Yeah, by the time you get to Breakfast of Champions, he's just all over the
Or
place.
he's
and it's a blast.
drawing the
the
star.
junk, and also genitalia.
Yeah.
He draws.
This
he
isn't a beep.
Yeah, no, you can, because he actually draws an animal
Yeah.
that is a beaver.
Right.
And he draws that, and then he draws something else.
Ralph,
And
by
that's-
the way, was the name in the one book, the Judy Blume book. Ralph was the name.
Oh, was the name he gave to his
Yes.
his thing that we can't talk about because we are under the auspices of the Federal Communications Commission?
Yes, but we can't talk about that beaver because it was an actual beaver.
It was an actual beaver. And he drew an illustration of it, and then he juxtaposed that with an illustration of another one. Hilarious. Everybody should read Breakfast of Champions and Slaughterhouse-Five. Andrew Seco is taking a quick look at the ride through Midtown and downtown.
Always tough this point in the afternoon, especially on a Friday, no less. We are jammed anywhere you're trying to go. 75, 85 north and southbound. As you head out of East Point, heading north, you're jammed all the way up to 10th Street. Southbound, we're still packing in as far back at Lenox Road on 400 southbound. You're jammed all the way down towards I-20. Might have something new jamming you up. I-20 eastbound, still a little bit slow towards Lowry Boulevard. Something new as well. 285 east, the inner loop. Seeing some extra brake lights towards Chambly, Dunwoody Road, exit number 30. And the brake light battle continues. 285 east and west, merging into 85 north. The volume taking you all the way up from 285 towards Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. This report sponsored by the Georgia Lottery. Tomorrow's Powerball jackpot is $195 million. Powerball players can win millions playing in store or online at GALottery.com. Only from the Georgia Lottery. Drawings every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks,
lawmakers try to reach a funding agreement amid this continuing government shutdown.
we've got it covered.
The White House has also threatened mass firings at some federal agencies.
Tune in often for the latest.
Worry about my mortgage or rent being paid, getting food, putting gas in my vehicle, buying medication.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
With a long legacy of helping people live well, HealthSpring knows Medicare. As your partner, HealthSpring is committed to empowering you every step of the way. From choosing your plan to making the most of your benefits, you'll find that with a Medicare partner you trust, life gets lighter. So put a spring in your step with a HealthSpring Medicare plan. Find out more at healthspring.com. HealthSpring products and services are provided exclusively by or through operating subsidiaries of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
You've seen them holiday decorations already up in the stores, trees, wreaths, even the big inflatables. I'm Chris Chandler. Wise Guys Pro Wash keeps my home's exterior looking great, and now my clean home will shine when they put up my holiday lights. They make it simple. Custom design, they provide the lights, install everything, and when the season's over, they pack and store it for me. First-time customers book by October 15th. Mention my name, Chris Chandler, and you'll get $100 off installation. Let Wise Guys Lights brighten your holidays this year.
Don't be haunted by those old stains in your carpet. Call Zerorez Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning to get 3 rooms cleaned for only $129. Mention WSB when you call or schedule online at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, it's the right way to clean.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Show is interrupting my conversation with you.
That happens.
Show just gets in the way of these large conversations I want to have with my friends. That's okay. It turns out I get paid, so it's all right. It is all right. Greg Russ, how that last story from Studio B1, that really knocked it out of the park. Am I dipping into the well too quickly now by asking for another one?
I think so.
Well,
I'd be careful.
Are you saying that was the best? Did you lead with your best and now the rest of the stories are kind of
No,
boring?
this is a good one for you. This is a good one for you. Forget youthful brilliance. This is the headline. The human mind actually peaks at 60.
And where is that from, by the way? You never give a source, which I think is I would be angry at Greg Russ if I wrote that story and you used that headline and didn't tell people where it came from.
It came from the journal Intelligence.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So they know about, all they do in this journal is they write about intelligence, but not like
Yes,
the
it draws on
Palantir.
decades. They draw on decades of psychological research.
Okay, not like Palantir intelligence. Talk about
No, not like
brain intelligence.
Brain intelligence. So
Levels
they
of
know.
intelligence. So here I am at 61. Are you telling me that my brain is actually peaking, or did last year? But I'm 61. If it peaks at 60, you're still doing all right at 61, right?
Yeah, you're still doing okay. So the results indicated a pattern that the overall functioning of the human brain reaches its zenith. That's the word they use, zenith, between 55 and 60.
That is.
Well, I'm almost there.
Wait a minute. No, you are within 55 to 60.
I'll be 55 in a month.
Oh, really? I thought you were already 55.
No.
I lose track.
I understand.
I have too many friends. I can't keep up
don't
with
know
it.
all their
I don't
birthdays.
care all the ages, for heaven's sakes. Yeah, I don't know. I think probably that's true. I think that I have hampered my own brain development over the years, but I've had fun. Look, we have to weigh these things. I could have had a brain that was probably firing on more pistons than it is now, had I not had so much fun along the car ride, along the journey. So I think that probably it is true. I feel like I'm thinking better than ever.
Well,
It's
part
just
of the
that
reason they say
if I
this
had
is
abused myself for so long, it would be I would be really impressive. But for me, it's just relative. I think I am smarter now than I ever was before.
Well, part of the reason they say this is because as you get older, you have more accumulated wisdom, and they are factoring that in. If we're talking about fluid intelligence, reasoning, memory, processing speed, that peaks in your 20s and
That's
declines.
overblown. That's overblown. You don't need that. What you need,
But having wisdom, becoming more empathetic, they're factoring all this in. So
Yeah.
as you get older, you're going to accumulate more of that, and that is why they say 55 to 60.
yeah, it makes sense to me. And being truthful about this, not, when you're 30, you think to yourself, I can't believe what I thought when I was 20. And then when you're 40, you think, I cannot believe the things that I bought when I was 30 years old. And you would think that probably kind of somewhere in your 40s that, no, it's not like that at all. When you're 50, you can't believe what you thought at 40. When you're 60, you're like, what did I think? What was I talking about when I was 50? So as long as you have health and you're not at dis-ease, and that has a lot to do with it, right? Physically, you can't be at your peak mentally if physically you're completely run down. So as long as you have all those things going for you, and then you add in the wisdom of the years. Now, you have to be someone who is able to become wise, which means you can learn at least one or two lessons along the way. I've met some people who can't, but they're usually mean.
Jerks.
Yeah, I feel like jerks. Being a mean jerk type of person, it stunts your growth. Because
You're
you don't
not
have
self-analyzing. You don't
Right.
care
Right.
how you impact others.
Then you end up alone sometimes.
Deservedly so.
Yes.
Finally paying for all the trouble you've caused others. Now sit by yourself and watch Wheel of Fortune, you jerk.
Still blaming it on others, though. At that
Of
point.
course.
Not my fault.
Of course. So I think there's probably some truth to that. But then again, I'm not a brain scientist or a neurologist.
No,
I'm
thought you
neither
were.
of those.
I thought that's how you got the radio job, because you had some cred. in
It was
that
the
field.
science background that got me in. But I quickly, once I got in the door and, all the partying and the party drugs and the party people and the party ladies and all of that.
The science parties.
I left the science behind.
Yeah.
I dropped the books at the door and went with my gut when I got to radio. So all that work I did in the lab really meant nothing, ultimately. All those potions that I worked
It
on.
taught you how to take your time, be deliberate, and you kind of parlayed that into.
Are you
a
talking about my
suc-
sex life? What are you talking about?
No.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's like that when they're having sex. But no,
Yeah.
to be deliberate, learning things in science and figuring things out, just dump that into radio.
Yeah, and it's people call me the scientist of radio because everybody knows me as that.
Right.
I should wear a white lab coat. I think I am on the cover of my new book, The Life of a Showboy. I believe that I am.
I was going to ask what the artwork was.
Well, so far it's just your face.
So far as we did a little AI thing with my face, but if I was really going to do the artwork, it would just put my face over Taylor's, whatever she's wearing. It's just a sort of gold thing on.
It's just like a 20s flapper kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
deal.
yeah. That's what I'm going to dress up as, a 20s flapper.
Now, do you name in your book?
Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now that I realize I stole it from Judy Blume, I feel very uncreative and all the...
Call it Rafe.
That's right. If they call theirs William, I'll call mine Liam.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Be creative. No, he was... I remember it being a thing. He was trying to get his girlfriend to go all the way with him. And he would he would say, it's Ralph. That's all I remember from that entire book. That's the only thing I remember. But it should not have been in my school library. I got to call me a prude. But every book in the world should not necessarily be in a school library. The library, yes, absolutely.
It shouldn't be. The Stephen King book, It. That shouldn't be around kids.
Oh, isn't there a part where like...
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there's a weird part where like there's like... I'm not even going to mention it because I'll get in trouble.
Yep.
Andrew Seco is getting you home through Norcross and Duluth.
Still slow a little bit, merging from 285 east and westbound, but the right 85 north improving a little bit. The brake light's taking you from 285 up towards Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104, but we are in a little bit better shape than we've seen most of the afternoon. Still looking tough through Midtown, downtown, 75, 85 north and southbound. Some intense volume between East Point all the way up past Midtown. Still seeing those brake lights backing onto 400 and 75 proper, about 45 extra minutes just getting downtown. Got a real tough one. You may want to use 285 either side, and a little bit slow on the south side, 75 north and south, packing in between Stockbridge all the way down through McDonough. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
It's the Love Your Home Minute from TE Certified. Hi, it's Chris Chandler with Josh, the local owner of TE Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. You know Josh, that's him you see jumping out of the back of their trucks. Josh, you have helped us love our homes. What have you done in your own home to help you love it?
My tankless water heater with the recirculation pump. That is by far my most favorite item.
How come?
Well, we put it in when we first moved in, and I put it in because I had 2 tanked water heaters that were sitting there heating water all day long, even though I didn't need any hot water. And then, of course, when I went to take a shower, they would run out. So I put in my tankless water heater with recirculation pump. Now I get instant hot water right away, and I have as much as I want. What you save is space, and then, of course, you save on your power bill or gas bill moving forward. It's very satisfying when you put one in. We get phone calls, we get emails. This is amazing. This has changed my life. I actually have a hot shower, which is a very good thing to hear.
Tankless water heaters are a hot idea that can really help you love your home.
TE Certified, we love your home.
At Coosa Valley Credit Union, we don't sacrifice customer service for technology. That's why we offer all the modern banking tools you expect with the friendly, caring service you deserve. This is Andy Harris, and at Coosa Valley Credit Union, you really can have both. We're local, we're kind, and we're here for you.
2 houses, same neighborhood, nearly identical on paper, but one had an orchard sign and it sold for a lot more. So what gives? Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. The first seller went the trad route. Agent, open houses, price drops, long size, and eventually they gave in and settled for less. The second seller, they went with Orchard. Orchard didn't just list the home, they launched it. Their local agent knew which upgrades would get attention, brought in the right team, and handled everything like a well-oiled home selling machine. Oh, and they also let the seller move first with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program. That means no showings while living in a half-packed house, no buyers judging your choice of throw pillows, just peace, quiet, and top dollar. One got stress, the other got smart. Don't settle. Sell the smart way with Orchard. Start with a free home valuation at orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
In St. Pete Clearwater, you can chill by the crystal clear Gulf.
And stroll downtown St. Pete's galleries and murals.
And hang with the locals at a fishing pier.
And escape to secluded white sand beaches.
Secluded, huh?
Yeah, and they're spectacular.
And then grab a sandwich at the grouper capital of the world.
And maybe a nightcap at a rooftop bar with sunset views.
Okay. In St. Pete Clearwater, you'll find just what you're looking for.
And then some.
Your Florida escape begins at visitspc.com.
Ashley Frasca, host of Green and Growing for Atlanta's premium sod supplier, NG Turf. Get farm fresh, high-quality sod, including Zeon Zoysia and Tiff Tough Bermuda, delivered direct from NG Turf, your premium sod provider. NGTurf.com.
Having trouble getting in to see the doctor? Wait no longer. All Care is here. All Care is expert immediate care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs at 15 Atlanta area locations. And best of all, we are fully staffed and ready for you when you need us. Same-day appointments are available and walk-ins are welcomed. Or schedule an appointment at allcare-ga.com. Say goodbye to waiting to see the doctor and say hello to All Care, a proud member of the Piedmont Integrated Network Clinic.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top story, President Trump sounds an optimistic tone for Middle East peace. CBS's Linda Kenyon reports from the White House. The president issues a brief statement after Hamas responds to a peace plan for Gaza.
On social media, the president posted, quote, "Based on the statement just issued by Hamas, I believe they are ready for a lasting peace." The president goes on to say, Israel must immediately stop the bombing of Gaza so that we can get the hostages out safely and quickly. Right now, it's far too dangerous to do that. The president wrapped up his statement by saying, this is not about Gaza alone. This is about long-sought peace in the Middle East.
76 degrees in Atlanta, dropping down into the 50s again tomorrow morning. What about weekend rain chances? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. A 2-week deadline is set to find a new prosecutor in the Fulton County election interference case involving President Trump. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee today gives the 14-day deadline to the Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia. If they can't meet the deadline, the case could be dismissed. Sean Diddy Combs is sentenced on prostitution-related charges.
50 months in prison. There will be time served, we believe, in consideration of that. So considering that, it might actually be 4 years.
CBS's Jerika Duncan, prior to sentencing, Combs addresses the court, calling his behavior disgusting, shameful, and sick. New this half hour, Operation Johns and Bonds leads to the arrest of 5 people on pandering charges in Henry County. Among those arrested is 55-year-old Carrie Vanderford of Hampton, a teacher at Luella High School. A Clark County jailer and a U.S. Customs agent are also arrested. The GBI and Henry County Police team up in the operation to reduce commercial sex trade. During the operation, 1 woman is safely rescued. Less than 4 months after he was arrested covering an immigration protest in DeKalb County, Hispanic journalist Mario Guevara is now out of the United States. The Committee to Protect Journalists confirms he was deported on a flight early this morning. This comes after a federal court refused to block his deportation. Guevara's legal team says he was in the country legally on the path to getting a green card. DeKalb County Police are searching for a brazen group of burglars.
They're considered armed and dangerous, and DeKalb Police need your help finding the burglars who are responsible for a series of break-ins over the last year on the south side of DeKalb County.
In neighborhoods within the borders of 2nd Avenue, Tilson Road, McAfee Road, Candler Road, and White's Mill Road.
Blaine Clark with DeKalb Police says the band of burglars cover security cameras outside the homes, then break in, taking everything from jewelry to electronics. In one case, they even stole a ballistics vest with the words U.S. Marshal on the back. Video footage appears to show the suspects to be juveniles or young men in their early 20s. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Actor Tyrese Gibson is booked into the Fulton County Jail today in an animal cruelty case. A Buckhead neighbor says Gibson's dogs roamed freely and killed his dog. The Fast and Furious star is charged with cruelty to animals. He's now released on $20,000 bond. The government shutdown will continue at least through the weekend.
On this vote, the yeas are 54 and the nays are 44.
The Senate once again failing to pass the spending bill approved by Republicans in the House and adjourns for the weekend. Karen Travers reports the White House says some government agencies and programs will be cut and layoffs are likely.
The timing of the firings is still unclear. The White House was asked that today, and the press secretary Caroline Leavitt said that the budget office and the director Russ Vought are meeting with cabinet secretaries and talking to departments and agencies about what could come next in terms of cuts. That's a different message, though, than what we heard from her just 2 days ago when she said these federal firings could be imminent and would happen within the next couple of days.
It is now 6:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It is Andrew Seco.
Starting to slow down, or I should say speed up around the metro. That volume thinning out from a very busy Friday afternoon. We're still jam-packed, though, in the heart of downtown. There's no crashes or stalls right now, just the car in front of you moving at a snail's pace. 75, 85 north and south. Jammed leaving East Point all the way up back back into Midtown. Seeing the brake light 75 south back up to Morris Mill Road. About 35 extra minutes just trying to get through downtown. I-20 east and westbound in and out of the theme park. Seeing the brake lights between Thornton Road down towards 285. And we're still a little bit slow. 285 east and west merging into 85 north. That volume taking you all the way up into Duluth, letting you go at Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. From the Cool Lake Area Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening, sunset around 7:20. Temperatures will be in the low 70s at that time, cooling down into the mid-50s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Increasing cloud cover on Sunday, but mainly dry. Morning low 64, afternoon high 79. Monday and Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies with a few hit or miss rain showers possible. Morning lows in the mid-60s, daytime highs in the mid to upper 70s. Only about half an inch to 1 inch of rainfall expected through the middle of next week.
It's 76 in Noonan, 76 in Midtown Atlanta, and 72 in Dunwoody. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news.
is where you'll live.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Oh my God! The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
I just won $1,000.
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app. The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is Monday at 8 a.m. You fell in love with her because she's unlike any other woman in the world. So why settle for an ordinary engagement ring you could find almost anywhere? Well, I know a place where you can design your own custom engagement ring. Terra Fine Jewelry Company. At Terra, the styles and designs are endless, and their expert jewelers make it easy to bring your personally designed engagement ring to life. Your bride-to-be deserves more than a cookie-cutter engagement ring, so explore the vast options of custom design rings at Terra Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort, Georgia. Terra Fine Jewelry Company.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. You can too. GeorgeStein.com.
I'm Brian Parks, head of commercial banking in Atlanta for Ameris Bank. I've been in banking for over 30 years, and my team and I know that businesses have the best results when they work with local bankers who know the Atlanta market. Bankers who will work to understand your business operations and bring good ideas to the table. At Ameris Bank, we do that. I invite you to reach out so we can start a conversation. Visit amerisbank.com/yourbusiness or a local branch near you. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours, member FDIC.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
Don't be fooled by the big box brands. Window Comfort's exclusive window line is custom built for Georgia weather, installed by in-house pros and guaranteed never to fog. With factory direct pricing, it's affordable for everyone. Go to windowcomfort.com for real quality that lasts.
Better prices, better views. Window comfort, meant just for you. Window comfort.
All right, Greg Russ. We're hitting the home stretch.
Yeah, we're almost there. The weekend.
The weekend is almost
Smell
here.
it.
Friday feeling.
How you feeling? Are you feeling Friday?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, this guy just lost a kidney stone.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right, Spiff. So, what are you going to do this weekend? Just lay around?
Me?
Yeah,
Me?
I mean, you've been, not you. This guy just he had a kidney stone. He's got a cold.
Depends on how this cold goes.
I want 100% Tim Andrews on Monday.
You'll get it.
I've had just about enough of this insubordination.
You had 0 Wednesday, 25% Thursday, and today
Wow.
you got about 80.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, I think we're doing all right.
Yeah,
we're
the
heading in the right direction.
Correct.
Even Tim at 50%. I heard the first hour yesterday. It was good. And
Yeah, but I had to
say,
you didn't have to
when he
look
was
at
gone.
him. You
But
didn't-
when he was gone,
Yeah.
the show wasn't as good.
It wasn't as good without him? Went right downhill, huh?
I was ashen the first hour.
It was difficult to be in the same room with you. Yeah, you were ashen.
Yeah.
And I just, so it made
Colors are back today, though.
Yes, it made me feel bad even thinking about, relying on you, like even thinking that you should do anything. And that's why I think I immediately said, I think you took umbrage at first. So I was like, I think you should go home. I can't look at a ghost person for the next 4 hours and keep my mood up.
But the 11 hours of sleep I got from yesterday to today, that was helpful.
So how do you know what if there's another stone waiting in there for next week?
Well, I had a CT scan and there weren't any in there.
Okay.
So.
I've been told I have gravel.
In your kidneys?
Yeah, like the stones that have been broken up or something. I don't know.
Well, then when they go through, you'll know it.
Well, my plan is to not do that.
Okay.
See, that's what you should. You're not planning well. See, you didn't plan to not pass a kidney stone.
I know.
And see what jumps up on you.
I forgot to not plan to do that.
Why don't you listen to
This
Wes
is
Moss?
gout.
Planning is good. Yes?
This is gout of the urinary tract.
That's basically
It's
what
the
it is.
same. It's the same crystallized uric acid, right?
Well, it becomes hardened, and it has to go through a little teeny tiny tube, and that's where you get. That's where my understanding is that's where the pain comes from. And
Yeah,
it's
the
not
pain
like-
is it going from your kidney to your bladder.
It's from the
kidney itself kicking it out.
Yeah.
and then it going down that.
Actually,
tube.
passing it is not where the pain is.
No, I didn't even
From
feel
the kidney,
that.
from the kidney to Ralph.
Yes, to Ralph. Yeah, when it went through Ralph, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Did you sift yours and give it to the doc?
No.
Okay. Sometimes they ask you to do that, I've heard.
I didn't even know what it
gold,
was till I got to the
for
doctor.
stones.
Well, by the time he got to he didn't even notice when he passed it.
Right.
Okay.
He just noticed that he stopped bleeding, and he thought, that's good.
Well, it did look darker than usual when I was giving the sample.
We don't
and
have to know everything.
Well, that would be the
It's not-
blood.
okay, but I mean, we don't have to know everything about your samples. Once you start saying words like sample, now it's not fun.
Yeah.
Now we're really talking about disease and not having fun.
It was disease for sure.
And what's with the cold? So I'm the only one who didn't get the cold?
Well, I have
I heard it started.
toddler, so.
Yeah, but I heard it started here with Kayachio. That's who Jared was blaming.
Well, yeah, Jared had it. I had it for about a week and a half
Yeah.
into it now for me.
How am I'm not getting it?
Well, you have a stronger constitution.
I don't know. People got to start taking those vitamin C gummies I'm taking every day. It's protecting me. Do you take the vitamin C gummies, Greg?
I do not. I take some vitamins.
What do you take?
I take a B complex.
Me too.
I take a vitamin D because I'm never in the sun.
You need the K with that.
I do the K, vitamin D, and the K. You got to have the K. Dr. Joe has told me you take the vitamin D without the K, you're not getting everything you need out of it.
Zinc every day. I take zinc.
I don't do that.
It's good to help get rid of viruses.
Is that true?
Mhm.
Or is that some kind of like Jim Baker thing?
No, I've been taking it every day since COVID.
And you're clean?
Well, I've had some colds, but usually they're not that bad.
Why would zinc protect you from viruses?
Zinc and vitamin D allow things to get into cells to kill the virus, is what I've read.
You know what I've been
I'm not.
I felt a lot better since I started the lithium. I don't know if you guys have done
Is that good? Does that help you?
I really, man. I
Yeah.
tell you what, keeps my feet on the ground.
Quiets the voices.
That's quiets the voices. Some of those voices are actually quite entertaining. That's the problem for me.
You missed them.
So you need them.
I
You
need
can't be a
them.
good host
Yes, I can. I
without the
need
voices.
because a couple of the voices are kind of wacky.
Discontinue the lithium.
You think I should stop with the lithium? Well, isn't that what Theo Von did? He kind of stopped his. He said that he stopped his antidepressants. You know, he had that what was called a meltdown while he was filming or shooting the Netflix special, and he explained it on his podcast. And part of it was that he stopped taking antidepressants because he felt like he wanted more energy on stage. He knew he was doing a special. More emotion. Oh, you have that part?
Yeah.
So I had a comedy special that we were taping. We were taping it last week, and about a month before I started, I quit taking some antidepressants I was taking. You know, I just kind of self-weaned myself off. And the reason why was because I wanted, like during the comedy show, I wanted to have a little bit more emotion during it. I wanted to have this kind of like, I just wanted to have some more feelings. You know, if
All right, that's good. That's good. There's another part though where what's the short one?
Are you talking about the DHS stuff or?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he talks about this. Makes a little bit of sense. So he was kind of freaked out, and he makes the point. He's speaking about after the Charlie Kirk assassination, and the fact that he's seen as being part of what do they call it, the Broverse or whatever, the Pod Bros or whatever. And so somebody from the government reached out to him, and I can understand this really freaked him out. Do you have that?
Well, he was included in that DHS video.
Well, first of all, but this is separate from that. What I'm talking about is somebody called him and asked him if he needed more protection.
Following that DHS video where he was at the
right,
beginning.
but I don't think that's what they were. No, I think you're mixing that up. I think the reason they called him was because of the Charlie Kirk assassination, thinking, do you need more protection now because you're seen as being on that side of politics? That's the way I took it.
I don't want to contradict you.
Why would he need more protection because he doesn't want to be in a DHS video?
Well, he reached out. He felt like he was put on as
Right.
a target because of this DHS video. I listened to the entire thing, and he
Okay.
so he reached out to the White House and the DHS and said, please take down that video. And then somebody reached out and said, do you want us to put some cars around your...
But I think that was about Charlie Kirk. I mean, why would you need protection because you asked for a video to be taken down from the government?
Well, he was worried about the content of the video they used, which was him saying, get rid of them, get rid of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're getting deported. Bye.
All right, we'll play that one where he's
I
talking
woke
about-
up the next morning to a text from a high government official saying, hey, if you need some extra security in your neighborhood or some extra police cars on patrol, let me know. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Extra security? I don't have any, I don't even know the code to my Ring camera. I don't even know how to log in. So it's like, what, you're just going to put police cars in my neighborhood? What are my neighbors going to think? Now they're fearful. It just I don't know, man. That really kind of shook me. It really kind of shook me.
Can I just say this? Theo Von is built to be a comedian. He's not built to be a politician. And a lot of these podcasters are starting to feel that now. Once you endorse somebody, I don't know if Theo Von actually endorsed anyone, but
He didn't. He just had a bunch
but
of
he
people
had.
on.
But once you get involved in that kind of thing, well, and then they get elected. Now people are going to hold you responsible for everything that happens over 4 years. Theo Von should just be a comedian who looks at the world and politics is part of the world, and he makes his observations. But these podcasters, I said it a couple days ago, stay away from the politicians. Politicians will always use you for what they need. And when they don't need you anymore, they will spit you out. There's no reason to put yourself in that lane unless you are a political comedian all the time, and that's all you do.
Like Tim Dillon.
I guess, but Tim Dillon even. I think that Tim Dillon is more worldview. He has a worldview, and politics is part of the world.
But he can
But he
handle
comments.
it. Yeah.
He can handle it a little bit better. He's better equipped for it. But I see it with a lot of these guys. I think they're feeling kind of silly about getting involved in the last election because they thought it was going to lead to less war. I know that as soon as when Trump had only been president for 2 weeks, and Tim Dillon was like, yeah, I don't think that we were talking about the problem in America was guides at national parks. That really wasn't what we were standing up on a soapbox about. Just stay away from it. Unless you want to live it 24/7, just stay away from it. That's why this isn't a political show, right?
Right.
It's a current events show.
Right.
Some current events are political.
Correct.
But this is not a political show. Andrew Seco says it is says he's ready to give you a final look at the ride through Midtown and downtown.
Always the last place to speed up with the volume, especially on a Friday. We're looking jam-packed, 75, 85 north and southbound. No crashes or stalls posted right now, just the car in front of you as you leave East Point. You're slow all the way up towards Freedom Parkway southbound. Still slow back into Buckhead, but it's letting you go at 10th Street. Things will start thinning out with time, but in the meantime, you may want to take 285 either side just to save you some commute time. And 85 northbound merging from 285 east and west, still on and off that brake pedal, getting you up towards Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. This is sponsored by the Georgia Lottery. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $520 million. Now with bigger jackpots, better odds, and a built-in multiplier, drawings every Tuesday and Friday. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
In Atlanta, there is always something happening.
Tanker truck crashed into the median.
The Triple Team Traffic Center has you covered.
No traffic getting through in either direction.
Helping you on your commute.
Avoid the area at all costs. Take Highway 155 or Highway 4223.
Brought to you by the Coolray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
By executive order from Rufus, the Findlay Roofing Chief Barking Officer, they're rolling over. Rolling out a $1,000 discount on your Findlay roof replacement. Hey, it's Dave Baker. For the only roofer I answer the door for, Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Stop repairing the leaks and dragging your feet. Now is the best time to replace that old, leaky, haunted roof and save 1,000 bones. Findlay has replaced over 65,000 roofs locally. That's no trick. It's just high-quality work, upfront pricing, and exceptional service. Findlay goes the distance. They're the extra effort experts, making sure you have a remarkable roof replacement experience. Findlay also has 0% financing available, and for a limited time, you can save $1,000 on your roof replacement. Hurry, you need to shake on this deal by Halloween. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com.
What you walk on in your home should be wonderful.
Hi, I'm Michael, proud founder of Authentic Hardwood Flooring. Are your worn-out floors on Santa's naughty list? If you're hosting this holiday, get beautiful new floors in time for the holiday get-togethers. Our promise is to make the flooring process painless for you. Our focus is to make your flooring perfect.
Authentic Hardwood Flooring offers high-quality craftsmanship with an exceptional customer experience. AuthenticHardwoodFlooring.com.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter for Virtual Imaging. Ladies and gentlemen, when I first heard the virtual imaging ads, I had to schedule an appointment. So I went ahead and scheduled a complimentary heart scan for myself and my spouse with a few minimum requirements. That first scan, my numbers were high, but I did everything the doctors told me to do. I lost weight, I ate better, and I exercised. And ladies and gentlemen, I went back for my second scan, and my numbers were much, much better. Please, take your health seriously. Call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-7226. Or go to virtualimagingatl.com right now. They do brain scans, full body scans, and they've been around 15 years. So they know what they're doing, and they've saved so many lives. Please, ladies and gentlemen, call 770-678-SCAN or 770-678-7226.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But what if you could get both? Why not? Especially when it comes to health care, and that is Medi-Share. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with Medi-Share, and that's huge, but it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. And we know this from research of members. There's a lot they like about Medi-Share, but especially they love being part of something they believe in. And Medi-Share works, too. It has for more than 30 years. There are hundreds of thousands of members who love having telehealth if they need it. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or you're part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Hey, if you're bringing some friends over to tailgate this fall or cook out or having the family for Thanksgiving later, do what I've just done and call Wise Guys Pro Wash. They've gotten my house and driveway, my patio spotless, even the wooden gates out back. They even cleaned the roof, and I didn't even have to be there. The crew used the top equipment in the industry in their soft wash and kept my home safe and damage-free. You call them. First-time customers mention my name, Chris Chandler, and book now to get $70 off your first wash at wiseguysprowash.com.
Sorry, I was looking on TV at this futurist.
Gerd
Leonard. He's a futurist. What do you have? Is there a degree in that futurism?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you about the future. It's awful.
It's always the future. They always make these. I remember in the 70s there were a lot of futurists, and they would make these predictions about what was going to be in our future. And it'd be stuff like edible paper.
Why would you want to eat paper?
Well, good question. I don't know. And just a bunch of other things. Some things they got right, some things they got wrong. But it really is, what's really obvious to me now looking back is nobody said you're going to have a phone in your hand and it's going to have, you're going to be connected to the entire world every minute of your life. Somehow they missed that one. They also missed edible paper. I don't think it ever became a
What about
thing.
edible
We do have
phones?
gold leaf.
Edible.
You can eat gold leaf.
Yes.
So we win there.
Actually, wasn't that a line from Night Shift? Remember
Shift.
the movie Night Shift with
Oh, yeah.
Michael Keaton and Henry
Fonzie?
Winkler
Yeah.
and Fonzie? Actually, I think that was a line. He would do that all the way through that movie. He'd come up with all these ideas for inventions. Michael Keaton. I think one of them was edible paper.
Edible paper. Weren't they working in a morgue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it 100 years ago.
Yeah, same here.
They have edible underwear. Are they like fruit roll-ups?
Yeah.
That's why I always
That's what they
assumed.
are. Yeah, they're fruit roll-ups. And, that's a big fruit roll-up.
Probably comes from the same
fruit,
factory.
Fruit roll-ups. Oh, yeah, like over the...
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids section, and then they have the adult section. But if you think about a fruit roll-up, which I have not had one of those, thankfully, in over 20 years, but there's not much. It's kind of like one
very
thing.
thin.
Yeah. But edible panties, that's a meal.
Yeah.
That's maybe a little too much. Like you get done, and then you're like, oh, I don't know, honey, I'm stuffed.
And who wants to eat them anyway after they've been worn? All the trouble you go through to put them on. Yes.
A lot of people. Are you really? You know the answer to that question.
Disgusting
Don't
people.
try to be naive.
I would not eat
Like you
that.
would never, whatever. Come on. I mean, you would never even know of such a thing.
Mm.
You know that there are more than enough people
To keep the industry going.
Absolutely. Wouldn't they get sticky though on the girl?
Yes.
Like, wouldn't that be?
Yeah,
It would not be
melt
fun.
a bit.
That whole thing, like bringing foods into the bedroom and all that, highly overrated. Highly over. If you want to be sticky, who wants that?
Mm-mm.
Chocolate is not chocolate and things like this.
Whipped cream.
I got to take a shower. I can't just lay here. Terrible.
Bolognese in the bedroom.
Bolognese.
Yum.
Bedroom bolognese.
Just dump it on your body.
All right. Once again, I got to let people know that False Alarm, my new book, The Life of a Showboy, has been put on hold. It's not, in fact, coming out today, but we're hoping that we'll get it out by Christmas. That music is telling us two things. Shut the hell up and get the hell out. And you know us. We're good citizens. We're good patriots. We do what we're told. Shelley Winter is up next. He's got a great radio show for you. He of his new hip. It's a brand new Shelley, and you need to tune in. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us, but until then, what's that?
We won't be back tomorrow.
Oh, what did I
Or
just
Monday.
say? How many months is 50? How many years is 50 months?
Yeah, 50 months. 50 months.
We got to do another hour now. I
Yeah.
can't go for the weekend knowing that I messed up like that at the end. All right. It'll be Monday, 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. Until then, continue on your journey. Don't piss off the genie.
All right, let's wrap things up. Get you to the weekend. 6:56 in the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center. Still looking at that intense volume through Midtown, downtown, 75, 85 north and southbound. Jammed southbound out of Buckhead all the way down towards Freedom Parkway. Northbound, same story out of East Point, just north of University Avenue, exit 244. You may want to consider taking 285 either side. 285 east and west merging into 85 north, riding the brake lights all the way to Pleasant Hill Road, exit 104. And 75 north and south. Just a little bit of volume leaving Marietta on your way down towards Smyrna Vinings, letting you go at Windy Hill Road, exit 260. Y'all have a good night, even better weekend. Andrew Seco, 95.5 WSB.
Money Update. From WSB consumer expert Clark Howard. Sponsored by Reliable Heating and Air.
You've been in stores that now have the electronic pricing labels on the shelf. Well, supermarkets are using these to your advantage. The more perishable an item is, the prices go down a lot quicker, a lot more often than they did with the old-fashioned labeling. If you're shopping regularly at a store with electronic pricing, look closely at what kind of deals are offered, particularly late in the day, on items that are going to go bad really soon.
Here's a money-saving pro tip to keep your heating system running efficiently and avoid costly breakdowns. For just $29, you can schedule your fall checkup with TE-certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Chris Chandler here. Don't miss this exclusive new customer offer. Just $29 for a TE-certified fall checkup. Hurry, offer ends October 31st.
TE certified, we love your home.
At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family owned and operated since 1982 because love deserves a legacy. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, passing through 20 master artisans before it reaches your hands. With free cleanings for life and the best financing terms in Georgia, we make every deal count. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg, or visit us at SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment.
Well, you finally spotted your termite guy strolling around your yard. Is he just getting his steps in, or is he actually doing something? Hey, it's Mark Aaron for the only termite protection I trust, Breda Pest Management. That guy walking around your yard is supposed to be checking bait stations placed about every 15 feet all around your house. But in reality, they often don't even know where your bait stations are. It's easy to find out if you're protected. Next time they finish walking around, ask them to show me the bait stations, please. They supposedly just checked. If they can't, time to switch to Breda. They offer complete liquid barrier, not base stations, plus early detection with advanced technology both inside and outside. And best of all, your termite rate is locked in for 10 years. I have the safety, security, and knowledge knowing Breda protects my home from termites. Breda, BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 7 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Trajan Wealth. Our top story, President Trump's peace plan for Gaza gets a response from Hamas.
CBS News special report. Hamas says it has agreed to parts of President Trump's plan for peace in Gaza, and it said it's ready for immediate talks. CBS's Margaret Brennan has been talking to her sources.
Talks could begin as soon as next week to try to work out some of these details. But the White House is viewing this as positive.